I'm Chris Foster. Two members of Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's unit say the night he disappeared in Afghanistan 5 years ago, he left a note saying he wanted to renounce his U.S. citizenship. Fox hasn't seen it. Bergdahl's now been exchanged for 5 Taliban prisoners.
When he was being held by the Taliban, the Army was worried that anything that might be said publicly or to the press could endanger Bo's life. Now that he is safely in U.S. hands, that puts the Pentagon into a different position in terms of now having to further investigate these accusations.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. Primaries in 8 states today, 7 Senate races, including Mississippi.
Republican Senator Thad Cochran is facing a real party primary challenge by Tea Party-backed candidate Chris McDaniel. His supporters allegedly breaking into a nursing home to take pictures of Cochran's ailing wife. Pollsters have had a hard time naming an easy victor in this race.
That's Evan Brown. Fox News. We report. You decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now. 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894-8166.
We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
And now it's time for the voice.
Don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I want you to get up right now.
Go to the window,
Open it.
stick your head out and yell.
Hated man! Top of the world!
The voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the Voice of Ocala. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, for the first hour every Tuesday, as it is Trivionated Tuesday with Tom. Joined by Austin, that's right, Austin Tapman, not here anymore. I'm joined by Ryan Goldberg.
I still have a last name, which is nice.
Yeah, Ryan pushing all the buttons for us today. Let's see, we're keeping track how many times you screw up today, pal.
We're keeping a tally?
We're keeping a tally.
All right, then.
I messed up about 16 times yesterday. So as long as you're less than that, you're good.
I'll try.
Welcome to the Voice of Ocala on an overcast Tuesday afternoon from the palatial studios at WOCA Radio at the Paddock Mall, just outside of the food court entrance at the lovely Paddock Mall in the wonderful city of Ocala. If you're following in the if you're following in the national news, this Bergdahl guy who prisoner of war who got returned to the U.S. in return for 5 Taliban. This story is all of a sudden growing legs, and I do not think the Obama administration is going to be happy that it's growing. It is now he has been returned safely to American, custody, but now there are people from his own unit, sergeants and corporals that served with him in Afghanistan, that are saying he walked off his post and that 6 people were killed trying to find him in Afghanistan. So this is, while an American's return, this story's got a long way to go now, and it's starting to grow legs in a different direction than I'm sure the Obama administration wanted it to go. We'll have to see how it plays out. We're learning stuff as every day goes on. I still don't want to make an opinion one way or the other because I just don't know enough about it. But it seems like there are some people coming out now that say Bergdahl's not the hero he's being presented as by the Obama administration and by the U.S. government. So we'll have to wait to see. But, these are the problems with these situations. You never know what's going to happen. The man was in the things we can't argue is he was a captive for 5 years. Nobody wants to be a captive of the Taliban for 5 years. I don't care whether you desert it or not. You don't want to be under their control for 5 years. Something else we know. His dad's kind of weird.
I saw the Twitter post, yeah.
His dad's a little out there. We know that. And we know that there were prisoners exchanged from Guantanamo Bay for Bergdahl. And don't think for a minute this doesn't go on all the time. It's just not broadcast on the nightly news. But I see the sentiment both ways. There are parents out there who have loved ones who are serving in the military, who their children are on the front lines or their husbands are on the front lines, that are now saying my children or my husband, my wife are in more danger now because now the Taliban knows just grab up a U.S. serviceman and they'll trade for him. So now that puts soldiers in more harm's way. I understand that argument.
From what I was known for, or what I knew, I thought we didn't negotiate with terrorists.
We just don't publicly admit we negotiate with terrorists. That's what happens. We never publicly admit it. So it looks like now that, and of course this is going to get political and it's going to go on, the Democrats are going to say, good job. The Republicans are going to say, how dare you? And it's all going to get political. I just want to know the truth. I don't want to know the politics of it. I don't want to know whether the Democrats like it or the Republicans hate it because I already know that. Obama did it. The Republicans hate it. The Republicans in Washington, okay? And the Republicans on Republican television that try to sway the general public. I'm smart enough as a Republican not to let a 30-second news cycle sway my opinion on a subject one way or the other. However, I'm smarter than most people. Democrats will do the same thing. They'll be swayed the way the Obama administration tells them to be swayed. And that's the problem we have right now in Washington, is they both have drawn these lines in the sand and it either has to be one way or the other. And this is going to be another issue that they politicize. The Republicans will throw up. They'll want to do all kind of investigations now and everything, when in my opinion, this is not for the Senate to investigate. This is not for the House of Representatives to investigate. This is for the U.S. Army to investigate. If it was found that the man walked off his post and deserted, he should be court-martialed.
I agree with that.
If it's found he didn't walk off his post by the Army, then that's fine. But this is something that should be investigated by the service the man served in, not by politicians who have nothing to gain except their own self-serving agenda, one way or the other, Republican or Democrat. And I know people are out there angry with me right now saying, how can you say you're a Republican? This guy was a deserter. I don't know whether he was or not yet. Hadn't read enough, hadn't seen enough evidence, hadn't listened enough yet. I'm going to do my homework on it.
We don't know what went on over there.
Going to make an opinion. I'll have an opinion in a few days or so. But as of right now, all I know was he was on post, then he was off post. He was captured. He's been returned. He has people in his unit that said he walked off post and deserted. The Department of Defense says they don't know. They'll have to look into it once he's stateside. Do I think the Department of Defense will do a great investigation? I'd like to think so. I'd like to think the Department of Defense has to do the military people in our society have to do this the right military way, and not let politics play into it. I may be naive. Politics may very well play into it. I may be naive, but I would think where soldiers are concerned, soldiers will look into this a lot better than politicians would look into it.
I think some politicians who don't have any service records don't understand what actually happens in the service.
Like Jack Nicklaus said, you want us on that wall. You need us on that wall. Jack Nicholson said in A Few Good Men. because they stare down the enemy every day. And there's a different rule in a military situation than there is in normal everyday society. So let's let the military figure out what happened and then form our opinions on whether we believe the military fell victim to politics. But what we know now for sure, he was captive. He's now not captive. He's back under, America has him. He's in custody of America. And he has some people on that were in his unit that said he deserted. Now we'll have to see whether those people prove to be right or wrong. And if what I'm more angry with, the desertion thing, we'll have to, if that's a fact, I'll be angry with that. But we also have to figure out why he was traded for 5 Taliban and it made public, because now I firmly believe that puts American soldiers on the front line, men and women on the front line, in danger of being grabbed up now because we'll trade for Taliban. That's what the Taliban think. I really see that argument right now a lot clearer than I see whether he was a deserter or not. We'll take a break. When we come back, Trivinator Tuesday with Tom, your chance to win. I'm going to give away 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede soccer club here, plus a value box from Value Box USA. Coming up next on Trivinator Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live at WOCA.com, The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer, because of your crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class, or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi Boot Camp, or Zumba Tomics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you've missed that sometimes Dr. Buddy doesn't know everything, so he brings in Dr. Buddy Jr. for help.
There's a stage before a relationship called talking. The talking phase is where you first start to text the person. You get their phone number. You start to Snapchat them, which is a new thing. Most people don't know what Snapchatting is. It's basically taking a picture and then kind of texting it to them. And then once you find out, oh, well, maybe this guy is all right or maybe this girl is all right, then you continue, and then you get to take them out on the date. Now, if you survive after the first date and you go to the second or third, now we are dating. But before the dating process, you are now talking. So it's talking, dating, and then when you get to ask the girl to be your girlfriend, you are then in a relationship, girlfriend.
So remember to tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on The Voice of Ocala on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows.
Well, we're back on the Voice of Ocala. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. A little technical situation, so we're not right now. Trividator's going to have to go on hold, but let's go to the phone lines and talk to Mike. He had a comment about Sergeant Bergdahl and his captivity. Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Wonderful, Mike. And you were saying on the radio, on the telephone during the break, that you had a different viewpoint than the one I was trying to give on the radio. So let's hear what you have to say about Sergeant Bergdahl and his captivity.
Yeah, well, I'm agreeing with you 100% about all of this politicizing this release. I was in the Marine Corps in a special unit, and I was in a special task force and cleared for top secret and all that. But when we captured Bin Laden, we knew exactly where to go get him. We knew his house. We knew what room he was in. We knew the SEALs knew exactly where to land. Somebody had to give us that information. Now, these 5 lieutenants of his have been in Cuba for a long time. We don't know what they gave up, but every time a prisoner is captured, he is debriefed. Now, I guarantee you that now I've got some confidence in our military and in our intelligence. I believe somehow that these guys gave up some information for their freedom. But we had to wait to the right opportune time to exchange a prisoner for them to make it look like we were just exchanging prisoners. But something went on behind closed doors. Now, we knew exactly where to get Bin Laden. We knew what street he lived on. We knew what room he was in. The SEALs went right in, killed him, and got out. Somebody had to give us that information. Somebody close to Bin Laden. So I'm not saying that they gave us that information in exchange for Sergeant Bergdahl. But now we got our man home, and Obama didn't just make a decision, I'm going to exchange these 5 guys for Bergdahl. He didn't. He advised.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff advised him.
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Yes, CIA Director, everybody.
Somebody knew what was going on. So we exchanged them for our man. But I guarantee you, having been in that echelon of intelligence, I guarantee you that those guys gave up something for their freedom. They were debriefed while they was in Cuba, as I'm sure they were debriefed by those people over there. Same thing with Benghazi. They don't send you an invitation and say, we can attack your embassy. They see a weak point, and they just go ahead and take advantage of that weak point. Unfortunately, they attacked our embassy. Unfortunately, somebody got hurt. Somebody got killed. But
Mike,
that's war.
Mike,
that's war.
Mike, I understand.
So it's not
Mike,
it's not anybody's fault.
Mike, I understand your sentiment, and thanks for the call. Thanks so much for the call.
Right.
That my point was not that I'm sure we got some information from the prisoners in Guantanamo, and I'm sure we do that all the time and exchange them. I don't understand why the public admission. There's been many times prisoners have been returned to the U.S. that weren't said they were traded for other prisoners. They were found wandering the streets of Afghanistan or something like that, even though they were probably traded. But now, by saying we traded 5 Taliban for this one, now to the average person in Afghanistan, the average terrorist, I can go out and grab 1 American, we can get 5 of our guys back. That's how it looks.
Yeah.
And that puts the armed services in harm's way, in my opinion. The other issue here is if this young man was a deserter, as his comrades, his brothers in arms are saying, that he walked off his post, then we got a whole different set of issues we need to look into.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had an emergency. Ryan Goldberg got called away on an emergency. So Dan Martone is stepping in to run the board during Trivianator.
Well, we're going to see what we can do for you, Tom.
All right, let's get a trivia question out there and do Trivianator real quick.
All right.
First question, if you know these two, if you answer 2 questions, you'll win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede's opening game this Thursday night, June 5th, versus Southwest Florida Adrenaline.
That's really picking up. They've done a good job marketing with us and all over the place.
Right,
Really,
and plus
really
you'll win a value box from Value Box USA. Here's the question.
Oh, you got a question?
You got to get 2 of them. Here's the question. First question. What hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Las Vegas Strip in 1946? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. What hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Las Vegas Strip in 1946? If you know that answer, call. You give me a correct answer for that, I'll ask you a second question. You get the second question right, and you're a winner. Right here on Trivianator Tuesday with Tom. Call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. If you know the answer to what hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Las Vegas Strip in 1946?
So there's only a limited amount in 1946.
Yeah, there was only one, actually.
No. Well, okay.
I'm just telling you. People Google the first question anyway.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's where the second question comes in?
Right.
The whole 5-second rule?
That,
Actually, you give them time? How much time they got?
they get 5 seconds.
It is 5 seconds. Okay. So they got 5
My
seconds.
computer locked up on me. Isn't that great?
All right. Number to call, 622-WOCA, 622-9622. If you know the answer to Tom's trivia question, call now, and we'll get you set up for the second question, and then you win a prize.
Right. Hey, you ever heard of Lavon, Texas, Dan?
Yeah.
Lavon, Texas, the Lavon mayor has authorized firefighters to use bolt cutters to remove locks that have been placed on fire hydrants by the local water utility district.
Well, duh.
Lavon police chief said he's never heard of anyone putting padlocks on fire hydrants. They say the Lavon Special Utility District, which supplies water to the Lavon and surrounding areas, has put locks on the fire hydrants to deter water theft.
It's that bad they're stealing water? Or is this just a bunch of kids having some fun at the fire hydrant's expense?
They say it's they're stealing water. So, but the fire chief pulled up and had to take almost 2 full minutes to find the right key on his keychain to unlock the lock.
Oh, and he even had the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a lot faster with bolt cutters.
And 2 minutes of some house is ablaze. That's a huge amount of time.
Yeah, we could have saved her, but we were
so the mayor says now, cut the locks.
Well, it's a good idea.
That's smart in Lavon, Texas, to just put locks on the fire hydrants.
Well, they can cut them. I mean, it is quick and easy. And what's a lock? $10. So
I don't know today's price what a lock is, but that's
$20, whatever it is.
It's not worth somebody's house going up in smoke or somebody dying.
Yeah.
So
I'd be curious to find out what the problem exactly is. Is it people actually stealing water for their household
use?
use?
So it's so hot and they're turning on the fire hydrants to get under the water.
Yeah, the kids going out running on the road, or are they just having fun with it?
I don't know. Lavon, Texas, town of about 3,800 people. I'm not real sure it'd be that hard to figure out.
All right, where is Lavon? Have you got a map? You know
it's
exactly
in
where it is?
southwestern Texas.
Southwest. Okay, so it's in the hotter zone.
Yeah. And they're in a drought right now in Texas.
Yeah, there's a problem.
We talked about it yesterday. Buddy talked about how they're in a drought. Hey, Trivia Tuesday with Tom. The question is, what hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Vegas Strip in 1946? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline, 622-9622 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede plus a value box from Value Box USA. It's a great recipe box that you get that you can give to the missus or you can give as a present or something. Fabulous gift. Value Box USA giving us a great gift to give away. Plus the Ocala Stampede, great soccer action. This is a team that the Orlando City Lions
okay.
played the Stampede. The Stampede only lost to them by 2 goals. You got a team that's going to be an MLS team next year that beat the Ocala team only by 2 goals.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good for the Ocala team.
Yeah.
So if you want to go see their USL opening night game.
Where are they playing?
They're playing Trinity Catholic.
Okay.
The Ocala Stampede versus the Southwest Florida Adrenaline. Give us a call here. Answer this question. What hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Vegas Strip in 1946? I'm trying to see the clock over there. You got blocked, so I know, I have to know when to get out.
I got you. All right.
So I'm just trying to.
Commercial breaks and all?
Yeah, it's kind of important to the running of the radio station, I would think.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. Call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win. You answer 2 questions and you're a winner.
All right, we do have somebody on the line, but we are up against a break, so we'll take a break, and then we'll check right back.
We're up against a break in a minute and a half.
Oh, we got a minute and a half?
Yeah, we got a minute and a half.
All right, I guess we're right then. All right, we'll take the caller.
So let's take the caller. I'm gonna blow the caller out anyway. They're never gonna get it right.
All right, well, let's find out.
Hi, caller.
We got Tom.
Who do we have?
It's Tom.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, Tom. What hotel casino did Bugsy Siegel open on the Vegas Strip in 1946?
Was it the Flamingo?
It was the Flamingo. Very good. If you get this second one right, you will win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede plus a value box from Value Box USA. What's the name of SpongeBob's pet snail that meows like a cat?
Oh, gosh. I have no. How about
You come up with this stuff.
Wilhelmina?
Wilhelmina is not correct.
Yeah,
Tom.
Who knows it isn't, though?
Tom, thanks for playing.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh, jeez.
So now the question out there is, what is the name of SpongeBob's pet snail that meows like a cat? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede plus Value Box from Value Box USA. All that on the other side, you're listening to the Voice of Ocala on a wonderful Tuesday afternoon from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio at the Paddock Mall on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live and local on WOCA.com. The Source.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, come on. Bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today, 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. Two members of Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's unit say the night he disappeared in Afghanistan 5 years ago, he left a note saying he wanted to renounce his U.S. citizenship. Fox hasn't seen it. Bergdahl's now been exchanged for 5 Taliban prisoners.
When he was being held by the Taliban, the Army was worried that anything that might be said publicly or to the press could endanger Bo's life. Now that he is safely in U.S. hands, that puts the Pentagon into a different position in terms of now having to further investigate these accusations.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. Primaries in 8 states today, 7 Senate races, including Mississippi.
Republican Senator Thad Cochran is facing a real party primary challenge by Tea Party-backed candidate Chris McDaniel. His supporters allegedly breaking into a nursing home to take pictures of Cochran's ailing wife. Pollsters have had a hard time naming an easy victor in this race.
That's Evan Brown. Fox News. We report. You decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now. 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894-8166.
Earn an income and regain your health.
My name is Dave. I've been a type 2 diabetic for about 20 years. Before I was introduced to the product, my sugar was running in the 200s. Now it's anywhere between 80 and 100, and I earn $500 to $1,000 a month.
I lowered my cholesterol 100 points. Because I shared with other people, I've been able to be a stay-at-home mom. I've earned over $100,000 a year, and I've been able to travel the world with this company. I am very excited.
I'm Paul. I had a son with 60 food allergies, and he's done wonderful. I got laid off after a 24-year career. We started working this full-time. Within a year and a half, we had $4,000 or $5,000 profit every month. Recently, we had 1 month that went over $12,000. We love this company.
Do you need more income? The science of epigenetics is getting attention from the medical community, National Cancer Institute, American Heart Association, and others. Call Arlene and Dave 352-239-1032. 352-239-1032.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Pray to keep heaven
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala on Trivia Tuesday with Tom. Let's go right to the phone lines and talk to Linda. Hi, Linda. Thanks for holding through the break. How are you today?
Hello.
Hi, Linda. You having a good day today?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Wonderful, Linda. Well, Dan thinks this is such an obscure question. I think you're going to knock it out of the park. What is the name of SpongeBob's pet snail that meows like a cat?
Gary.
See? Obscure question. Dan, you just
applause. I know.
You just don't know anything.
I thought it was easy.
It was easy.
Button. I need an applause button.
Good job, Linda. Linda, if you get the second question right, you'll win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede Soccer Club's first game of the season versus the Southwest Florida Adrenaline, and a value box from Value Box USA, a box of wonderful recipes. Here's the second question. Where's the Sea of Tranquility located?
Oh, no.
In the ground.
Where's the Sea of Tranquility located? 5 seconds.
I know it's in the Middle East.
5 seconds.
Jordan.
Jordan is not the correct answer.
Oh, Linda.
Hey, Linda, thanks for playing
That was so close.
Thanks for playing Trivia Tuesday with Tom.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Thanks, bye.
So the question out there now is, where is the Sea of Tranquility located? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the historic Ocala Stampede.
How long have they been in town?
Like 3-4 years.
Has it been 4 years now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ocala Stampede versus the Southwest Florida Adrenaline, June 5th, 7 p.m. At the pitch at Trinity Catholic, plus a value box from Value Box USA. All you have to do is call in and tell me where the Sea of Tranquility is located, plus a follow-up question, and you'll get it right. Joe Martone's in here wanting me to validate that he knows where it is. Yes, Joe, you know where it is.
He can Google like the best of them. You would be quick.
I didn't do it.
Hey,
Fun with Joe is the boring 15 minutes at the end of the other show.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's not boring with Robin and Larry, but the Joe part.
We're going to ship him off somewhere. Where are you going to ship him to?
Sea of Tranquility.
All right. I'm not flying him if that's what you're asking.
You have your pilot's license.
Yeah, but I'm not going there.
Okay,
I'm not
so
allowed
where's
to
the
go.
Sea of Tranquility located? Call the Climate Control Source hotline, 622-9622, if you know that answer. There's an 11-year-old and his mother who are demanding an apology from his elementary school in Texas, in Houston, actually Lake Jackson, Texas. The son received awards during an award ceremony for his 5th grade class. He was listed as the most gullible and the biggest drama king in the class.
How old is he?
10.
10.
Here's the problem.
He's 10. That's terrible.
Here's the problem with these idiot teachers.
That's 10.
Here's the problem with the idiot teachers. The kid has autism.
Even if he didn't, it's still, he's 10.
He's 10, but they're putting these mean-spirited labels on him, most gullible and drama king, and he suffers from autism.
Yeah,
Are you
rough.
kidding me, you idiot teachers?
What state is this?
It's Lake Jackson Elementary in Lake Jackson, Texas.
Texas, really? Texas is just all in the news
I just
lately.
can't believe that here they said they chose him for the most gullible and drama king. I didn't know what they meant. I thought they meant something that was fun or something that you would like. When I told him, when he told his mother Carmel, she said she'd have to put a stop to it, and she'd have done it much sooner. Parents had been told about the nominations.
Where do they find these people?
The school told KHOU in Houston that the awards categories were planned by a small group of teachers, but after complaints, the superintendent has decided to do away with the awards.
You thinking? These
after
group
complaints,
of teachers,
you decided to do away with the awards?
Is the hiring process changed?
How about you're the superintendent and your teachers are idiots for coming up with these awards?
Are we just not? Well, it's not our fault, but I mean, is there not a test to get into these positions?
I mean,
I'm a nice person.
He's autistic. He's in special instruction at Roscoe Middle School. Roscoe Middle School is actually where he's at.
Go Roscoe. Roscoe Pico train.
He's received some not nice labels after a list of nominations created by teachers in his 5th grade class. Most gullible and biggest drama king. The kid has autism. Leave him alone. What's the world coming to now? Teachers are bullying kids. Exactly.
Wrong answer.
Thank you. Speaking of answers, a question out there on the floor. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? That's easy for me to say.
Yeah, you should be on radio.
Where is the Sea of Tranquility located? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the Ocala Stampede soccer game, the opening game of the season, plus a value box from Value Box USA. Somebody's got to get this right, Dan, so we can get to our other gifts. We got Mojo's gift cards to give away. We got golf from Ocala Golf Club to give away.
Is that what they're waiting on?
Tickets to the Historic Marion Theater. We got Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. We got all kind of stuff to give away. But we got to give this first prize pack away.
Upgrade the first prize pack.
Okay, you want me to throw Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens?
$20. Throw it in there.
There you go. So now you get 4 tickets.
We are upgrading. 4
tickets to the Ocala Stampede's opening night game against Southwest Florida Adrenaline. A value box from Value Box USA, which has numerous great recipes in the box here for your cooking pleasure, plus a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens.
All right.
You got to answer 2 questions.
All right. We've got Kathy. Looks like on line 1. Kathy, you know the answer?
I know the first answer.
Well, I hope so.
The moon.
Very good.
To the moon, Alice, to the moon.
I did not Google. I want to go on record.
You didn't Google it, huh?
All right, Kathy, here's the second question. If you know this answer, you'll win 4 tickets to Ocala Stampede, Bob Wine's Camellia Garden $20 gift certificate, and a value box. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
On what day did Operation Overlord begin in World War II? On what day did Operation Overlord begin during World War II?
Was it D-Day? Was it June 6, 1944? Oh,
Kathy is a winner. Kathy, hang on the line. Dan's got to get your email address and your physical address for the value box. So hang on the line while Dan gets that for you.
Okay.
See, Kathy, right. Kathy's a winner just like that. She knew that it was the moon and value box. And the moon and D-Day was June 6th, 1944. So,
just your email, I guess, right now.
So, yeah, and so all she has to do now is give her name, email, and her address, and value box is hers, Stampede is hers, and Bob Wines is hers. So, can you hit, am I on the air?
No.
Oh, I'm not on the air? You're not on the air. You're not. Okay, I am on the air. I don't know. Dan's running the board, and he seems to have forgot how, so I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on. All right, let's get another question out there.
You know where we are. Just come get
All right. Let's go with a Monopoly question. What property is just to the left of Waterworks Utility on a standard Monopoly game board? What property is just to the left of Waterworks Utility on a standard Monopoly game board? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline. The prize package now we're giving away is 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater and $10 in Mojo's gift card. So, movie night plus half of your dinner paid for.
Yeah.
Just by answering these questions.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
What's the question?
See, you got me messed up now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Something about the Monopoly board. I don't know.
What property is just to the left of Waterworks Utility on a standard Monopoly board game? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win on Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom. Brought to you by Value Box USA, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, the Ocala Stampede, Mojo's Grill and Catering Company, the Ocala Golf Club, and the Historic Marion Theater. We got a lot of sponsors for this.
We do. We got a lot of sponsors. It's a good show. Everybody likes to win stuff.
Dan, you ever went to a psychic?
Psycho, ex-girlfriends?
No, psychic.
Oh, right. No. You
put much thought into a psychic?
No, not at all.
Well, let me tell you why I don't.
I mean, yes, it's a fine profession.
A mystic was handed a photo of a person and asked to contact that person.
Mm-hmm.
According to Miles Power, the mind-blowing psychic fans were left in stitches as Psychic Sally. What was her last name? Sally. She's a well-known psychic. Sally Morgan.
Well known, huh?
Pulled out a photo of a woman. She began communicating from beyond the grave with a man holding a baby. Mm-hmm. She got in contact with a woman in the photo.
Oh, really?
When she got no response from the audience, she asked whoever submitted it to stand up because she got a photo from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
They gave her a photo that said they wanted to contact this person from the dead.
Oh,
she started communicating with a man holding a baby in the afterlife, who said that he could put her in contact with the woman she had the picture of.
So she had a picture of a woman.
She's communicating with the woman.
Says, hi, how are you?
She asked for the family member that wanted the communication to stand up.
Oh, okay. So the lady was in the audience. I understand now. Okay.
Turns out the woman in the audience misunderstood exactly what she was supposed to do. She didn't give her a photo of her dead mother. She gave her a photo of herself. So she'd been communicating from the dead the whole time with a live member of the audience.
Wow. And I suppose her explanation was, I must have been communicating through time.
No, she said it was all a setup by the TV program. They wanted me to fail. They tried to set me up.
Well, it worked, lady. You're an idiot. Here's your sign.
He was communicating from the dead with a live member of the audience. Exactly.
That is just, he set you up. Yeah, he set you up. You're a moron. You're on TV pretending to be a psychic. Try getting a different profession. It's real.
She was communicating from the beyond to a person that was alive in the audience.
Yeah, it's not too hard. You know what, though? Maybe we're not giving her enough credit. It's really hard to do that.
It is really hard to do. You're right. I mean, that is,
So
to
that's not her fault.
To talk into the afterworld with a woman who hadn't made it there yet, that is pretty difficult.
All right, Tom.
Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll give you the answer to the last question that I asked. Plus, I'll tell you about a Brevard County judge that may have went a little too far. Right here on Trivia Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time. If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you've missed that sometimes Dr. Buddy doesn't know everything, so he brings in Dr. Buddy Jr. for help.
There's a stage before a relationship called talking. The talking phase is where you first start to text the person. You get their phone number. You start to Snapchat them, which is a new thing. Most people don't know what Snapchatting is. It's basically taking a picture and then kind of texting it to them. And then once you find out, oh, well, maybe this guy is all right or maybe this girl is all right, then you continue, and then you get to take them out on the date. Now, if you survive after the first date and you go to the second or third, now we are dating. But before the dating process, you are now talking. So it's talking, dating, and then when you get to ask the girl to be your girlfriend, you are then in a relationship, girlfriend.
So remember to tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on The Voice of Ocala on WOCA, The Source.
Your official news source, WOCA.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Whatsupocala.com.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Terry Tibbetts. He's been with us before and he's coming in again. He's a veteran and an author. He'll be speaking about retired Air Force Brigadier General Robert Lovell and his testimony about Benghazi.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Rachel Renee Rousseau is coming on. She's an attorney and she grows purple flowers. Her book is called Dork Diaries 7 Tales from a Not-So-Glam TV Star.
Dan Kish is the Senior Vice President for Policy at the Institute for Energy Research. He'll be speaking about the new rules issued by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency aimed at reducing carbon emission from power plants and the impact of the Obama administration's radical environmental agenda on Americans.
And then John Fuller will be in the studio hosting his show, Legally Yours. He's an attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala, and he's on the air each Wednesday to answer your questions about your legal circumstances. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their families. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Welcome back to Tribune Tuesday with Tom. The question on the floor that I'll give you the answer to now is we're not taking any more calls for Tribune. What piece of property is located directly to the left of the Waterworks utility on a standard Monopoly board game? That, of course, is Marvin Gardens. Marvin Gardens, one of the with Ventnor and
that was one of the expensive ones, right?
The yellow ones, yeah. Well,
you got to buy those up
expensive.
first.
They're not as expensive as Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Pacific or Boardwalk.
Yeah,
Park Place, but they're expensive.
There's so many rules.
They're the third most expensive property on the board.
It's got so many rules.
I love Monopoly.
You play your strictly by the rules, or do you house rules? Like, do you do the parking in the middle? What do you do for the money? Yeah.
Yeah, there's free parking.
Yeah.
I do.
No, I mean money for free parking.
Yeah, I do. Anytime you pay luxury tax, that doesn't go back to the bank. That goes in the middle.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's how I do it. But
that's not legal though. That's not a house rule.
That's the only variation I do from the rules.
Oh, so you go the mortgage route?
Oh yeah, I do the mortgage route and everything.
You pay half the half.
Oh yeah.
And then you pay the interest back to the bank.
Yes.
When you redo it, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Have to. Got to do that way.
Do you allow yourself to buy mortgages from other people?
No, because you can't do that in the game.
Why not?
It's illegal.
Oh, that's a variant?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but there's a book out about all the rules of Monopoly, different house rules and everything that have been created.
Shorter game versions. You start off with $700 instead of $15.
And you start out you shuffle up the properties and you deal the properties out. You don't have to buy them. You're just given the properties to start the game.
Oh, that's not fair, though, at all. Who gets Boardwalk? You got four people playing? You shuffle them up and just guess?
Yeah, you just deal them out.
And hope you get Boardwalk?
And hope you get stuff. But then you only start with $1,000 instead of $1,500.
You start out with $5 by the time you buy all that property.
So, but you don't buy any.
I always land on the stupid
Let me
fees.
tell you what happened in Brevard County on Monday.
This Brevard County?
Brevard County, Florida.
Yeah.
Court deputies had to break up a physical fight. Judge John Murphy is accused of punching veteran public defender Andrew Weinstock after the two had words during court, which Murphy allegedly pressured Weinstock to get his client to waive his right to a speedy trial.
He doesn't want a speedy trial?
I watched this video, and he said, is he waiving it or not? He said, no, we're not waiving it. The judge said, what? He said, we're not waiving it. The judge said, what? He said, we're not waiving. He said, and then the judge says, stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I don't need you. I'll do it on my own. The public defender said, I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent my client. That's when the judge, you hear it on the video, says, I can whip your blank if I wanted to. And so he takes him and he says, well, if you want to go in this hallway, I'll whip your blank. And the guy said, okay, we can go in the hallway. And then you hear in the hallway punches being thrown, some serious F-bombs being dropped by the judge. You want to blank with me? You want to blank with me? And then deputies running out of the courtroom into the hall to break the judge up.
Oh, my.
Those inside the courtroom sat uncomfortably, of course. And then Weinstock supervisor, the public defender supervisor, said that Weinstock thought they would just talk out the problem. He said there were no words. Weinstock said immediately upon entering the hallway, he was grabbed by the collar and the judge just began hitting him. There was no discussion, no talk, not any time for anything. As soon as they were in the hallway, the attorney was grabbed and the judge started punching him. Murphy laughed it off when he walked.
So is this
back
one of those? This part where the town's sheriffs, the judge, the whole 9 yards?
Murphy laughed it off when he went back in the courtroom. He said, "I'll catch my breath. I'm an old man." The public defender's office not laughing it off. They've reported it to the Florida Bar Association. Wow. So a judge taking some swipes at a public defender.
I've got everything under control. In fact, it's a lot better than I thought. You know, it took us years to put a legal swamp always operation.
Hey, we're going to take a break.
Remind you anything?
Well, yeah, we're going to take a break. We come back. Buddy Martin joins the Fracas, hour 2 of the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, live and local on The Source.
No, you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's national magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself. Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
WOCA. You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. The weekend prisoner swap. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl 5 Taliban detainees still under fire on Capitol Hill.
We saw pushback from White House officials today saying there's legal justification because the Secretary of Defense is allowed to release prisoners from Guantanamo if he, in fact, invokes the idea that national security interests of the U.S. will not be harmed. They say Chuck Hagel did go forward with that belief, even though Republicans like John McCain say that actually our national security interests are harmed here.
Fox's Ed Henry in Poland, where President Obama announced plans to boost the U.S. military presence in Europe. A tornado warning in effect for parts of Iowa and Nebraska. Later,
we're talking about a big area that's potentially going to see some very damaging winds tonight during the overnight hours. Iowa, Illinois, eventually into Indiana.
Fox meteorologist Rick Reichmuth. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now, 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
You think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Be able to talk. There we go. You know, it's like this said about the cable guy. Last guy who was here messed this thing all up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm saying.
Thanks to Dan Martone for filling in on the board over there.
Admirably.
Yeah, you know, one thing that we have, with nothing else versatile here at the station, and we have a lot of moving parts. So I just had to look outside that one scene. There's a young man. He's got to be over 300 and probably 6 feet or more. And he had a little baby in his hands that looked like he can't be more than 4 pounds or 5 pounds. Just such an ironic contrast
Yeah.
to this huge human being and this little tiny baby is so small, he literally could have held over one finger almost, it seems like, or two at least. So I'm sorry, I got distracted on that. Well, back following the Trivinator, always a tough act to follow the Trivinator. And on Tuesdays when he gives away everything, we, what did you say, the summer of what?
Summer of Giving from the Voice of Ocala.
Summer of Giving.
Coming up next, all month, we're taking everybody that plays Trivinator. Their name's going into a hat to see who wins 4 rounds of a foursome of golf at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club.
Can I make one change?
What?
Can we call it the Hopper?
We could call it the Hopper.
Because a long time before Dish used that. Right. 25 years ago in Denver, we had the Hopper.
Well, yeah.
It was famous.
The bingo hopper. That's what they use at bingo halls.
So we'll call it the Hopper.
Put that.
The Hopper.
And, even if you don't win stuff from Golden Ocala, they got a fantastic deal on a summer membership out there.
I'm kind of envious.
You need to call Mary Harris, 402-4343, and check out.
Mary, we got to talk, Mary.
Check out that summer membership.
We got to talk, Mary. So I've been this morning, of course, I come in a little late today working on stuff, catching up with a lot of our friends. When you're out of the office for a week, you tend to lose track. And it's some people we haven't talked to in a long time. Just people, good friends of the show. People like Janine Robbins. When's the last time we talked to Janine?
When was the last time we did talk to Janine?
I had lunch with her 2 months ago, maybe. Caught up with Janine today and got her to say, hey, you got to come on the show with us. So she'll be doing here after the middle of the month. She has a project. So I checked in with Allison Campbell, another great friend of the show. Haven't talked to her. You asked me what she was doing. Got a brand new job.
Yeah, I knew she was no longer the director of the ARC Foundation.
Got a great job.
Done away with that.
She's got a great job.
What's she at now?
Jenkins Auto, Community Relations Director.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So had a chance to visit her. Tried to track down my friend Pamela Calero, who I think's really one of the brightest young people around the city. Somebody says she's on the plane to Seattle, a trip to Seattle. So she gets back, we'll visit with her. Sarah Sherman, our former intern over at the other station. She's got one more year to go at UCF. We're going to have her come in and start. One of the things we don't have enough of on this show, female voices. We've got a couple. Of course, Angie Lewis is always with us. So we're going to have more of those. And I think it's a good thing. Too much testosterone around here. On the program today, we'll talk about taking a trip. I had an experience last week, a frustrating experience of trying to use my mileage. Now, the problem is you can use your mileage, but A, it's going to cost you about 4 times more than you thought it would because, if you want to get flights that are not blacked out. And it takes so long when you go on there. And here's the bad part. If you fill all the things out and you go through the steps and you get all your stuff and get all your names, social security numbers, everything in, you leave one thing out, they say, oh, you got to go back and add this. You go back to this, and you got to come back, and now you have to go back and put everything in again. I mean, everything again. Why can't they make it this easy so you don't have to go back every time and add the information? So anyway, I'll talk about the frustrating aspects of frequent flyer mileage. I used to use this a lot. I traveled a whole bunch, and I used to have tons of mileage, and it was a day when you could actually use your mileage and get a pretty good deal. Now today, not so much. It's a ripoff. That's what it is.
And it's not sold that way. They're still saying you can use it however you want to and all, but that you're saying that your experience is that is inaccurate.
Yeah, I don't like to come on the show and complain about something, and hopefully we'll look for solutions for things, and we'll talk about some of those, but that was a very frustrating experience. Second thing is, I love this story. This is my favorite story of the day. An expert telling us the best time to arrive at the airport. And you're going to guess what time, guess.
2 hours ahead of time.
Incorrecto, my friend.
2 hours. So it's more than that now. Now it's more than that. Okay.
Let's see.
Security slowed down.
You're going to be surprised about that answer.
TSA wants to frisk you so much. Now it's longer.
Because
wonderful.
I remember when we could walk in the airport with 20 minutes to go and get on the plane.
Well, you remember before you could walk and meet the people as they come off the plane. You didn't have to wait like at OIA now. You have to wait in the central area, and they come off the tarm. They come out of the tunnels and everything. Before, you could go to the actual gate the plane was pulling into and meet your guests.
Right, and they could get on the plane from the rear or the side.
Right.
Yeah. Great. If you're sitting in the back of the plane, boom, you're out, you're gone, so whatever.
Can't do that now.
No, can't do that anymore. Now, I don't like game shows that much, but there are a couple I do watch. I'm kind of bummed out today because one of my girls bit the dust on one of my two favorite game shows, which I'll tell you about. You probably know about it.
That was a tough question.
A lot of them were tough to me.
That's a tough question.
I mean, literally speaking, I'll ask you this after the break. On a given night, how many questions can you answer? And I've been keeping score lately, myself and Miss Joni, about this stuff. After dinner, we watch the show and kind of a transition.
We're talking about Jeopardy here.
Yeah.
And there's five categories. There's six categories,
and
5 questions.
And 12, total 2 times.
Right.
Then you got, of course,
it's 60 questions total plus the one.
If you get them all in.
Right, if you get them all in. Right.
But anyway, so try, and I'll tell you something else. Not just that, in the tournaments, try to answer the questions.
Oh, it's harder.
Forget it.
The Tournament of Champions.
Forget it.
I love the Tournament of Champions because it's really it's a measuring stick for me to see where I'm at.
Like if you can get more than 2.
No, I do pretty good at the Tournament of Champions, but you got to remember, I do trivia for a living.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. We're going to have a little test, you and me.
All right.
We're going to have an honor system next time there's a tournament.
Okay.
And we're going to keep our score.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can be as good as the smart guy, okay?
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I tell you, I don't do as well during the tournament as I do during just a regular weeknight show.
Me too. Of course, that's the point. It's hard during the tournament.
The weeknight shows are, compared to the Tournament of Champions, it's like 2nd grade and 10th grade.
Well, I'm going to ask you about what you think your over-under is on the next Jeopardy you watch, okay? We'll talk about it.
All right.
And we'll see it. Another story regarding travel. I seem to be on a travel kick today, and I was trying to book this trip, and I did see that apparently there's a whole bunch of low fares on Southwest. And, Southwest's pretty good. You don't charge you extra as much as some of the others do. Mm-hmm. But how come I can never get these fares?
I know.
Any place I'm going, they don't ever have them.
Never have them. Every time I check, like when my friend passed away recently in Atlanta, Southwest was showing that they had $29 one way.
Yeah, right.
And I thought, well, Orlando to Atlanta and back, $29 one way. I can fly there and back for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were flying from Tampa to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Right. Exactly. How come we can't ever get these things in Florida?
Nope, nothing wrong with Santa Fe, New Mexico, but I didn't even get there.
Or it's like the second Tuesday at 10 o'clock if it's raining.
Exactly.
One of those deals. It's just it's misleading.
Well, it's kind of like, new car sales will tell you that they got this great car for a great price. And if you read the fine print, it says stock number, and they give you one car's stock number. If that car's been sold, then I'm
sorry. It's like reserving seats with mileage. I'm sorry, there's only one fare left at this. By the way, it's in the middle of the last row.
Exactly.
I mean, it's incredible what we get taken. Also, I saw this list today. Was posted by, I think it's Bryce Peak, posted on Facebook, and I went in and looked at it, and I copied this thing off because it's one of my favorite subjects. This is a story about 11 small Florida towns you need to visit. We'll see if you can get any
I got
of
that
these
from
towns.
Joe Reichel. I've already got it.
Okay.
I read it.
Okay, and I'm adding a couple. I'm adding a couple to it. You can think about.
I like that list though.
Yeah, but I do too. But I'm adding a couple more, and you can add yours too as well. And then here's a little scary thought. How these things that change businesses, little nuances of things that suddenly a business is thriving and one little thing changes, not that they're doing, and boom, all of a sudden the bottom dropped out. Wait till you hear how many Americans stop shopping online because of the breaches on the internet. Wow. Boy, that can kick Amazon into what? Companies like that. Anyway, that plus Celebrity Fake and Factoid. That's what we call it now. Celebrity Fake or Factoid. Is our first celebrity going to play today? Did you get a hold of him?
I haven't heard back from the celebrity.
What is it? How come does his text not work?
Haven't heard back from the celebrity.
I'm not going to name his name, Tom James, but just in case, I've already got the chief of police booked up for a regular every week Celebrity Fake or Factoid.
Yeah, I got nothing from our celebrity, who we're not going to mention his name, Tom James.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I guess he'll be on the show later today, but he kind of has this.
He's got to go long today. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but he doesn't roll in until 5:30.
Well, he's kind of a
big
80s metal playboy. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, are we calling him out or what?
We are.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Just make sure he is. All that plus around the water cooler, you got what's your go along today?
My go along is football coaches and basketball coaches at college, the money they're making.
Yeah.
And you can't put any money aside for athletes.
Okay. Yeah, to the old ball coach's heart. And by the way, on the posted as we speak, I'll talk about it.
I got it right here. I just put it on the Voice of Ocala Facebook page.
My first column for southernpigskin.com. You'll be hearing us talk a lot about Southern Pigskin over the next few months because they're our boys up there. And we'll be talking, they'll be on the show. We are doing some of their shows sometime. And it's on their website, southernpigskin.com. It's about the old ball coach.
It's on the Voice of Ocala Facebook page as well.
All right. Very good. There it is. My go along today, the Triple Crown. I'm not rooting against California Chrome.
You're just not rooting for it.
I'm rooting for my homie at Vernon. I'll tell you why. Coming up next, we'll talk about the airlines and all the things that they can do to us and we try to do to them. Coming up next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800. Let's be honest. The reason you listen to the Voice of Ocala is we're so darn smart on this program. Tee it up for fake or factoid number 1. If you're ever at a Japanese restaurant, never rub your chopsticks together because it's a gesture that is extremely offensive to the chef.
Fake.
Fake. You're all wrong. It's fact. Your right ear usually hears speech better than your left. Fake.
Fact. Fake.
It's fact.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Is it opposite?
My goodness, you're almost going. You're almost out now.
I haven't got one right yet.
I haven't either.
This is a record score for fake or factoid. Our cracked crew from around the globe.
Cracked. Maybe we're not as smart as you think we are, buddy. But listen to Fake or Factoid anyway. Every day on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Recently, Buddy Martin was joined on Buddy's Sports page by the legendary Sports Illustrated writer Dan Jenkins.
Hey, talking to young people as you do a lot, and I do too, I always tell them the first thing you do is show up. And you certainly did that from the time you went to, was it Katy Park, or you started going there and play with Hogan, and you showed up there, you showed up at the office, you began. That's how you got your job. You kept showing up, didn't you?
That's right. You got to show up. You got to let them know you exist, People ask me, the only advice I have for any young people is just read everything you can get your hands on, especially read the people you might be able to learn something from, which is what I did. I declared John Lardner, anything he ever wrote, a Bible. Same with Red Smith and a bunch of other people. But all you know is what you're going to learn. And if I developed a style of any kind, whatever, it was just taken from them and putting an edge on it and kind of, finding your own voice somewhere along the way.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
Hi, this is Jonathan from the Blue Jays Band. We're opening up for Sister Hazel on June 14th in downtown Ocala. But before that, on June 10th, I'd like to personally invite you to our debut CD release party at the historic Ocala Marion Theater. It's a free event, so grab your friends and maybe some not-so-friendly friends, and even that cute girl that ignores you from across the room, and come enjoy the show. It all starts at 8 p.m. on June 10th, so make sure to RSVP on our website at bluejaysband.com or call 867-5309. Yes, that's our real number.
Wondering. Davis castrate the boys. Did they take all of it? The pillar and the stone.
Ramsey uses Reese to easily take on Galen. Seriously, there wasn't even a battle or anything. Finally gets
so bad and pretty, moving with a style and ease, and I feel love from across the room. Yes, it's love.
Do a lot of tweets. This is today's wow tweet. I love this. You'll love it too. A man from India started planting trees when he was 16 years old. He's now 47 and lives in his own forest with rhinos, tigers, and elephants.
Where's that at?
India.
Wow, pretty good.
Now, you know the story of our trees at our house. We talked about many times. Our neighbors inadvertently cut down these long-standing trees we had that were actually was a shrubbery, and it grew to be tall. And one day, the neighbor new to the neighborhood came out and had a tree company just whack them right off. And, you know, my wife, she was in tears about that. She actually helped my sister plant that shrub many moons ago. And so she was in tears for about a week or 10 days. And finally, you know, the neighbor apologized and offered to build a fence, which he did. So what did we do? Began spraying it with Miracle-Gro.
Right.
Now, this is not a paid plug. This is just the facts. This could be they have these testimonies. You should see, you haven't been to my house in a while.
No.
Next time you go to my house, you look out there in the patio, and you see how tall these trees are in a little bit over a year. It's amazing how these things have grown. And, of course, the house is completely covered up. So, anyway, that's my favorite tweet of the day. I got to where I really liked Julia Collins. It's one smart lady who, by the way, was out of work. And so she loved Jeopardy, always wanted to be on it. And she's a 31-year-old consultant. She was a sensation. She won 20 consecutive games and earned the title of the most winning female contestant in the show's 30-year history. However, last night, my wife said, "You think she'll get beat tonight?" And I said, "You know what? I think she might." I had an eerie feeling about this. There was an Irishman on there who knew way too much American history. and a lot of literature, by the way, too.
He knew a lot.
A lot. And so I had that weird feeling. So she goes last night. She went through the categories like baby on board, historic people in art. Sometimes I don't like these names, but it's tough, I'm sure. And she got a big jump in the early rounds. But she bet the entire $11,000 on something with the clue of this. Winning for 1999, this New England writer is the last person to win an Oscar for adapting his own novel. And I didn't know the answer to this. And she didn't know it either, apparently. She said, "Who is Michael Chabon?" And the answer was...
That's exactly that's the answer I thought it was. I bet her answer was wrong.
Who is John Irving? Cider House Rules.
Cider House Rules. As soon as they said John Irving, I was like, oh yeah, Cider House Rules.
I don't think about him being in New England for some reason. I just don't think of him anyway. So she said, I wasn't too confident, so I guess Michael Chabon. Somebody guessed Stephen King, the other guy, a woman, which I knew wasn't right. But anyway, so she lost all $11,000, and then she couldn't make it up, and then she went, she just wound up losing the $11,000 on the final question. She won $428,100 as the third highest non-tournament money winner in the show's history, and she now holds the number 2 spot on the all-time winnings list. You know who the top is, don't you?
Ken Jennings, of course. 74 games in a row. Yeah.
74 straight. So anyway,
didn't he win $1.2 million or something?
2.5.
Oh, was that much? Yeah.
Now, here goes. Now he didn't win the Ken, but however, he didn't win the tournament they just had. Ken got beat.
No. He got beat by the computer too.
Yes, he did. We don't count that one. So I've gotten to watching it more in recent years. I didn't watch it that much before. It just comes at a good time. And we'll say something like, "How many can we get tonight?" And Johnny going to say 5 or 6. I said, no, you can get more than 5 or 6. Okay, 8, whatever. And she'll say, how many?
Well, there's 61 possible.
And so, but you got to give them the time. So you get only limited time. I mean, if you got more time, you might be able to get them. So I say 10 or 12. That's what I say I would get most of the time. And I usually get over that. But I don't know how many you get on a regular night. When it comes to tournament time, I'm talking 5 or 6. Tournament time, I usually get 10 or 12. Mm-hmm. But on a regular night, if I'm just watching, if I get less than 30, I'm upset. I'm angry. Well, you are good. But this is a game. This is a game I DVR and But I purposely read stuff and everything that are all like I told you. Right now, I'm reading a book called "So You Think You Know History." And you're finding out that I knew most of the stuff he's writing about. Okay, well there you go. He explains, like why Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton got in a duel and everything. That's your wheelhouse, right? It'd be like saying, "So you think you know about writing?" I mean, I think I'd be okay with that one, Yeah. But no, it's good. So that's Julia Collins. Bye, Julia Collins. We'll see her back in the tournament. She still had a great run, though. Oh, she had a great run. I mean, in 30 years, she did better than any female ever on the show. But here's what I loved about her: she didn't just win; she blew people out. She blew their doors off. I mean, when you got to the final round. They had no chance. Right. She was Steve Spurrier. When you get up 40-0 at halftime, you're never going to get back in the game. And finally, this Irishman did. So anyway, that's that. And she'll be on the next time. Now, I don't know if we have time to talk about this in this segment. We got about 2 minutes. Yeah, well, we won't waste it on that. But I want to talk about. Can I tell you something? Yeah, go ahead. You had a story you want to talk about. You've seen here recently that there's been these open carry rallies in Texas that's now made Chili's and Sonic, 2 restaurants, come out and say, please leave your guns at home. And also Starbucks and Chipotle because people, they're not just carrying a handgun on their side. No. People are walking into Chipotle with an AR-15 rifle in their hand. Laying down their AK-47 seal. I'll have a exactly. A large latte. Well, you would think the NRA would be in on this, right? What? For or against? They were for this because open carry, the NRA's National Rifle Association, they believe in gun rights, pro-gun. Right. Not so fast, my friend. They said the advocates' actions in restaurant and other public part of a push for less restrictive gun laws in open carry handguns. The NRA has said that's just weird. The NRA has said using guns merely to draw your attention in public not only defies common sense, it shows a lack of consideration and manners. That's not the Texas way, and it's certainly not the NRA way. The NRA said in a statement posted on its website. President and Vice President of Open Carry Texas, one of the groups behind the recent demonstrations, didn't comment on what the NRA said, but the NRA said it's unfortunate. It said, but they just categorized it as downright weird. I knew that was happening. They've been infiltrated by a bunch of liberals. I got to talk to you, boy. I can't. What you said first hour, I got to talk to you about that. I had a Democrat friend call me today and said, "Is he over on our side?" Yeah, no, I'm not on your side. I'm just saying. I said, why? No, I said, what side? Because you know me, I'm in the middle. Right. I said, what side are you talking about? And he said, well, I just heard him say that he hadn't decided this Bergdahl thing. He hadn't decided yet what he thinks about it. Well, because I decide once I don't listen to people tell me what to think. I actually will go do the investigation and read stuff and everything and make my own decision. That's what a good Republican should do. That's what a good Democrat should do. It's a novel idea. Kind of what a good journalist ought to do, too. Don't you think? Come back, I'll tell you about a column in the New York Times about that very subject after the timeout on the Voiceville column. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down.
It's the ultimate summer staycation. Just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige. It's all there in our name.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. The weekend prisoner swap. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl for 5 Taliban detainees still under fire on Capitol Hill.
We saw pushback from White House officials today saying there's legal justification because the Secretary of Defense is allowed to release prisoners from Guantanamo if he, in fact, invokes the idea that national security interests of the U.S. will not be harmed. They say Chuck Hagel did go forward with that belief, even though Republicans like John McCain say that actually our national security interests are harmed here.
Fox's Ed Henry in Poland, where President Obama announced plans to boost the U.S. military presence in Europe. A tornado warning in effect for parts of Iowa and Nebraska. Later,
we're talking about a big area that's potentially going to see some very damaging winds tonight during the overnight hours. Iowa, Illinois, eventually into Indiana.
Fox meteorologist Rick Reichmuth. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now. 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894.
Hey Adam, those burgers gonna be done before summer's over?
Maybe. Why? You got big plans for the summer?
Not really. Just the usual, kids hanging around the house. How about you?
Actually, I'm having Joshua get his pilot's license this summer.
What? Is he old enough? Can you really do that in just the summer?
Yeah, you can get your pilot's license at 17, and the summer is plenty of time. Plus, this could be the start to his career as an airline pilot.
That is a great idea. I bet Tyler would love that. Actually, I would too.
You guys should do it.
I don't have time for that. Some of us have to work for a living, you know?
Not you, no. Seriously, they work around your schedule.
Really? That's cool. Where are you going?
Ocala Aviation, at the airport off 60th.
How'd you hear about it?
I heard about it on the radio, then I stopped in. I've got a card if you want the number.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my phone.
Hurry up, the burgers are burning.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
861-7484.
Hold on, I missed a number.
Ah, such a slacker. Here it is again. 861-7484.
Excellent. I'm gonna call them now.
How about we eat before you start your new adventure?
That's probably a good idea.
You think?
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Terry Tibbetts. He's been with us before and he's coming in again. He's a veteran and an author. He'll be speaking about retired Air Force Brigadier General Robert Lovell and his testimony about Benghazi.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Rachel Renee Rousseau is coming on. She's an attorney and she grows purple flowers. Her book is called Dork Diaries, 7 Tales from a Not-So-Glam TV Star.
Dan Kish is the Senior Vice President for Policy at the Institute for Energy Research. He'll be speaking about the new rules issued by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency aimed at reducing carbon emission from power plants and the impact of the Obama administration's radical environmental agenda on Americans.
And then John Fuller will be in the studio hosting his show, Legally Yours. He's an attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala, and he's on the air each Wednesday to answer your questions about your legal circumstances. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
So I'm trying to recall the names of this guy, and I flip around a lot. This is on Don Lemon, I guess 8 o'clock last night. He was a New York Times columnist. And I thought his name was Krunai or something. I can't find it on the internet. Anyway, he wrote a piece about just what you were talking about in terms of the media and forming opinions. And I almost called you last night at home to tell you about it because it's so right on what he said. And in the media person who's been a lifetime in the media, I can vouch for this. But we know all the warts that the media's got, and there are plenty of them. And one of the issues that we have today is just what you said earlier. A really smart person, intelligent person will examine what facts are at hand, realize there's not enough to be able to formulate an opinion or an informed opinion, and say, well, I don't know yet. I got to wait and see. But today in the internet world, we're so knee-jerk that the first thing that comes out, I can say to you, I just saw a blue contrail go across the sky toward Orlando, and you could say, hey, there's some kind of blue object across the sky. It could be aliens. You know, people make these hypotheses, and they're very subjective in what they say based on limited knowledge and facts, and off we go. We go down the road and we get so many twists and turns on a story, and you got to separate. This is why you have to have the lineage of journalism somewhere in there to be able to have some facsimile of accuracy as you do this, because if you don't, you're going to get lost on a side road someplace, and you'll not even be close to what the truth is. So there has to be a way to assimilate some facts out of all this stuff that makes sense and compose some thought and some balanced thinking about something before you make a snap judgment. And what happens is, because of our own personal bias and emotion, we go ahead and sort of grab it, and that's why we have the Democrats versus the Republicans so much. You can't get anything across in Congress because everybody's so locked into their own creed and their own political agenda that they're not interested in knowing the rest of the facts. So I thought you did a very intelligent thing by saying today, I don't know about Bergdahl. I don't know yet. I don't know if he's a deserter. Then I think what you said makes sense. Let's let the Army or the Armed Service handle it, because
they'll court-martial and put him in Leavenworth, and that's no fun.
And the last thing we need is people in Congress trying to figure something out, because they can't figure out anything yet, like the budget yet. So, and politicians in general, we don't want them getting involved in that. So, kudos to you for stepping back. That's the new Tom I'm seeing now. That's the new Tom I'm seeing, as opposed to taking a political view because it's a political view, or a view because it represents the interest of a party, and saying, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with saying I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Now, once I do know, believe me, I'll be the first one to come out yay or nay.
And that's fine. I think whatever your decision may be, whatever your position may be, I'll respect it.
And I've given you a position, really. If it's found that he's a deserter, I think he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law under the Army tribunal system.
Well, that's a hypothesis.
That's right, if.
Yeah, that's the difference. You haven't given me a final, clear declaration of where you stand on it.
But if he's not found to be a deserter,
yeah.
then he deserves the hero status they say he's getting.
I think we all agree with that. So I just want to say to you, kudos for saying that and reaching that point, because it isn't like I'm yearning for the old days of newspapers forever to be. You know, they served a purpose. They did their thing. I still love them. I still read them. It's a new day. Some of the information gets transmitted a lot faster. It's like a wildfire now when something happens. We're seeing what just Facebook can do by causing a riot in the Middle East. I mean, it's there. And a lot of stuff gets reported that wouldn't have gotten reported because it's unvarnished and it's raw, and because it's raw data, and you think, okay, what do you make of this? And until you have a chance to sort of test some of this stuff and double check it, you don't know. You don't really know. So that's my thought. On to airlines. So
you said that we're going to have to wait longer than 2 hours at an airport now.
Well, that's the second story. The first story is, I recently have hooked back up with my buddy Terry Bradshaw, and I was invited to his daughter's wedding in Dallas. And I thought, well, maybe I'll go, maybe I'll see. So
you cashed in your miles. You probably got, you cashed in probably 25,000, 30,000 miles, got a ticket, and you're going.
Right, not so fast. First of all, it's not cheap to go out to a wedding at the Four Seasons, okay? That's number one. So I'm on a budget, and I got to make sure I got enough money to do
the Four Seasons is not cheap. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so it's not, so that's number one. Secondly, it's 2 round-trip tickets to Dallas, not cheap. So I got to figure, okay, what can I do to make this work? So I thought, well, you know what? I got 116,000 miles. It's been sitting there for the last 8 years. I've been just a little bit of time on my American Express account. I'll go in, I'll use these, and I'll get a ticket, and I'll have, what do you think it would take for 2 tickets?
2 tickets round trip, probably $800.
Well, how many miles would that be, roughly?
Roughly, probably 60,000 miles.
Okay. Well, of course, there was a day where 25 was all you need.
Right, 25,000 is all you need.
All you need for one ticket.
Right.
Completely. So you're hoping.
Am I way out of touch?
No, but yeah, you are. So am I. but 50,000 was reasonable. So I go on there and I start looking. First of all, you can't get any cheap tickets because the deals don't fly there. They all go someplace else, like you said, Santa Fe or something, Albuquerque. And so
now you're using your airline
American Express miles.
Oh, so you're American. Well, you can't use American Express miles to get Southwest, where you can fly into Love Field in Dallas.
No, they don't do that. They're not a partner of Southwest. So, and then neither is American, but I can use them for cash on American.
Okay.
So I said, bite the bullet, make the reservation for Joni and myself, headed out there. And it takes me a good 3 hours to go through this, investigate it, get the rewards, go on, hunt the flights up, make sure it's the right ones, clear the flight, get the right date, and all that sort of stuff, right? Because I can't leave you high and dry.
Right.
I've got to get back here in time so I can help you on the show, because you don't have a lot of help these days, as evidenced by the fact. Well, never mind. So consequently, I make these reservations. I get them. I look at 80. It's 71,000 miles. I thought, well, okay, that's not too bad, but that's changing planes, that's leaving, flying in the morning, at night, whatever. I thought, well, that'd be better flights. So let me go in and get a couple other flights. And also, by the way, it's also around getting close to holiday season at that time. Long story short, I went from 71 to like 82. Well, I need 82,000 miles.
82,000
for 2 tickets, and I get on there, and it literally takes me.
I was 22,000 miles short.
You were, and I'm talking the next day, so I'm now 4 hours invested in this process. Okay,
4 hours
at least, and so after going on and going off, and I'm pretty good on the internet. I mean, I know how to operate, and so I wind up finally. I said, I just get it. So I get it. I go to pick the seats. Outbound, I thought, well, good. I get 2 aisle seats, even if they're in the back, and not available. 2 middle seats, not even the same aisle.
Oh, and middle seats.
Yeah,
immediate.
Of course,
your back's hurting now.
Yeah, and so all right, well, I go back, and then I say, okay, well, I go on the return trip. No seats available. See your
how are you supposed
agent.
to get back?
Well, I changed to another flight, and I got more of the seats, and guess where they were? Middle seats. And by the way, this was like 4 rows apart. So now I've eaten up 82,000 miles. I might as well be going in the Greyhound bus, and what have I got for my money and whatever. So that's that experience. Having said that, obviously things have changed in that world. And by the way, there is a big sale going on in Southwest. I on the USA Today story today, and there's quite a few of them under $100 round trip. I don't think any of them go to where I want to go. So I read this other story. First of all, just airline travel in general is horrible. You know that. I'm glad I'm not doing it anymore. And when you're trying to book a flight, There's some tricks of the trade, but obviously we don't know them. And then you want to board a flight. You almost say, why don't I just drive? Because from here, like you said, from here to Atlanta, I can get there in 4.5, 5 hours. You can go to the airport. You take 2 hours early. You fly.
Dallas
you get
is
off.
22 hours away.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive to Dallas. So I'm just saying, on some place you would fly, you would drive,
Right,
because it's just easier. So you think anyway. So because it's so hard to get on the airplane.
Well, it is. You got to get to Orlando 2 hours in advance, and it's in there. By the time you do that, you're in Atlanta.
Right. So I'm thinking, what's a good time to arrive? Well, Jordan Ellenberg told me. Jordan Ellenberg is a mathematician, University of Wisconsin-Madison. Okay? It says every hour spent waiting for your plane at the airport is, quote unquote, a negative unit. It's an hour you could have spent in the comfort of your home or your hotel. He says if we routinely arrive at airports 3 hours ahead of time, we'll accrue hundreds of those lost hours over the course of our lives, and that's not an efficient time of our use on Earth. Use of our time on Earth. So, all right, Professor Jordan Ellenberg, you brilliant mathematician, what time should I get to the airport? Here's his answer: as late as possible.
What?
To optimize your time, therefore optimize your life, Ellenberg says it's best to cut it close, very close, when showing up to the airport. And here's a great quote from the Sunday Times. If you've never missed a flight, you're not doing it right. So there you go. That's what they say, what the experts are saying.
As late as possible.
Yes, late as possible. One more thing before we go do Faker or Factoid. By the way, do we have a player today? I don't know. Is Joe in there?
Joe is here.
Joe, ask him if he wants to play Faker or Factoid. And we'll get him in here to do this in a minute. Here's the deal. Airlines have done this masterful job of training you to book your flights, and your pay tickets are okay, but when you're trying to get the frequent flyer miles, as this article says, airlines booking application shows no award seats, okay? So what do? Well, most people just would quit. The alternative, pick up the phone and call the airline's reservation center. A reservation agent can often successfully book an award trip that couldn't be booked on the carrier's website, using alternate routings or mixed airlines to circumvent capacity bottlenecks. So pick up the phone, call the people. I did, by the way, call the other desk of American Express. They couldn't help me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to call. And according to this article, you may pay $20, but that's worth it, and you'll get a seat. I'm going to see if this guy's right. We come back. Is it true that Joe
Martone is going to make a celebrity
Faker or Factoid?
Celebrity Faker or Factoid.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Get ready for it. It's coming next. Joe Martone, Celebrity Faker or Factoid, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source. Regions Bank has big bankability but possesses small bank agility. Utilizing tools like Raymond Andrews and his team of 6 mortgage experts with 100 years of experience in the mortgage industry and 50 years experience as members of the Regions Bank team. Mortgage lending is personal and important, and you deserve someone that will lead you through a positive process. Raymond and his team use local mortgaging processes like local appraisers and local closing to help you have a positive experience, and they habla Espanol as well. So whether you need a conventional, FHA, USDA, or VA loan, or you even need a construction loan, the mortgage team of your local Regions Bank has the knowledge and experience to guide you through the process. So contact Raymond Andrews and his team of mortgage experts at 352-854-4104. That's 352-854-4104. Regions Bank, it's time to expect more.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw, Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not picking and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather's brought to you by MyFWC.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. We have partly sunny skies today with a high of 85 to 87. It will turn partly cloudy tonight, low 66 to 72. Tomorrow will feature times of sun and clouds, high 87 to 89. And again, partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 68 to 73. Thursday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm possible in the afternoon, high 90 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Stephanie Omo.
About you cold when you
It's time to play the tweets and quotes and on to Celebrity Fake or Factoid with Joe Martone. First, tweets and quotes. If we can get that music rockin' Robin, we'll start playing right now. Tweets and quotes. Number 1, people will stab you in your back and then ask you why you're bleeding. Anonymous. This one from the great Jesse Owens. One chance is all you need. And finally, the Dalai Lama says, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Okay, he's here. He's ready. He's got his game face on.
I got my game face on.
I hear you in the morning.
I don't have my mic on, but I got my game face
on. Fun with Joe.
Yeah.
Fun with Joe.
Right.
That's your mic, right?
So now I can hear myself. Thank you.
Congratulations. You're now playing the very first game of Celebrity Fake or Factoid.
Oh.
We have a long list of people who will be joining us on this program for this show, which now, by the way, is almost up to popularity with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. So here we go. Fake or Factoid. Number 1, there's a treatment in China for losing up to 25 pounds per month by taking a daily bath in earthworms.
Fact. Fact.
Well, that was a fact? Mm-hmm. But want to change your answer?
Mm-mm.
You should have. One miss for each of you. It's fake.
Well, we're together on that.
There you go. There you go. Number 2, there's a spa in Jakarta using pythons to massage clients.
True.
Fact.
Well, fact.
Okay. You have to say fact or it doesn't count.
Not fact.
You're both correct. It's fact. Number 3, dreamt, D-R-E-A-M-T, E-R-E-A-M-T is the only English word that ends in the letters M-T.
Ooh.
Fact.
I'll go with fact.
Both of us say fact?
Yes.
Anybody want to change your answer? Okay, you're both correct. Number 4, if you blowtorch Pepto-Bismol, you get a hunk of metal. Fake or factoid?
Fake.
Fact. Tom says fact. Joe says fake. Score the point for Tom.
Ooh.
What's the score? 2-1?
2-1. I have 1. Joe has 2 misses.
Here we go. Number 5. Seatbelts became mandatory on U.S. cars March 1st, 1968.
Fact.
Fact.
Both say fact. Both correct. Mulligan round number 1. Every Alaskan citizen over the age of 6 months receives an oil dividend check of about $1,000 per year.
Fact.
Fact.
Both say fact. Anybody want to change? Okay, you're right. Down to 2 more questions. 40% of American population has never visited a dentist. 40%. Never visited.
Fact.
Fake.
Tom says fake, and Joe says fact. And Tom, you lose that point. Joe's tied. 2 to 2.
I thought it
Finally,
was more than that.
You're thinking England.
Number 3, your foot and your forearm are the same length.
Fact.
Fake.
Joe says fake.
Joe
Tom says
loses.
fact. Anybody want to change your answer?
Joe loses.
You're right. Joe loses.
Oh.
Joe has the distinction of losing the very first.
Joe, I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
first celebrity faker or factoid goes to Tom Schmitz.
Oh.
The number, real quick. A single drop of water contains how many atoms? By the way, it's a ton.
8 million.
2 million.
Oh, you guys aren't even close.
Ah, gee.
A billion, by the way. Just say
Billion.
Yeah, not even close enough. Okay, coming up next hour, it's time for Buddy Sports Page. We'll visit. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll
You
talk
lost,
about
by the way.
Yeah.
Around the Water Cooler with Tom James. I think he's here. I think we're so
Yes.
exciting. Coming up next, right on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Got a Eastwood smile and Robert Redford hair. But you walked across my heart like it was Texas. And you taught me how to say.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's national magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
John Gruden, ESPN Monday Night Football, today spoke to the group here at the Gateway Bank. I'm going to play a little game of just word association with you. One, Ocala.
Ocala is just a great community. It's a great group of people.
John Gruden coaching again.
One of these days I'll be back.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw, Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not kicking and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source. Not as much, of course, as I recommend that you come to my own show currently playing around America. Terry Bradshaw, America's favorite dumb blonde, a life in 4 quarters. I'm telling you, folks, it's a scream.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. In a Box creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com. Partnered with Woodley Gardens.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their families. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Presence in Europe, President Obama defending his decision to trade 5 high-level Taliban detainees for Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl.
I wouldn't be doing it if I thought that it was contrary to American national security. And we have confidence that we will be in a position to go after them if, in fact, they are engaging in activities that threaten our defenses.
Republican Senator John McCain, a prisoner of war in Vietnam, stunned by that statement.
I don't think the American people want their lives of their men and women in the military at risk on the premise that we could go after them again. Is that the American national security policy?
The Dow closing down 21, the NASDAQ off 3. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now. 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894...
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now,
here's Buddy.
Welcome to another edition of Buddy Sports Page. This time on a Tuesday, it means it's time for Around the Water Cooler coming up shortly. Tom James in the house, and we have a few things to talk about today, including in our Go Long segments, I'll be talking about why I'm not rooting for California Chrome. Tom Schmitz is going to talk about let the coaches pay the players. And Tom James is going to talk about how much is too much to pay for an NBA franchise. All coming your way shortly. First, before we go there, Tom Schmitz has today's headlines. Thomas, what you got?
I don't know if you saw this weekend. Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays got in fisticuffs almost two separate times this weekend. Well, the punishment has been handed out, and Boston Red Sox starter Brandon Workman has received a 6-game suspension and an undisclosed fine for intentionally throwing a pitch behind the head of Evan Longoria in the Tampa Bay Rays Friday night game. However, David Price, who not only hit Big Papi but hit another player, no suspension, no fine, as they were deemed by the Major League Baseball to be unintentional. So, I don't know how you feel about that, but the first two, David Price, I think he meant to hit Big Papi. I don't think he meant to hit the second guy, but that guy threw behind Evan Longoria's head on purpose.
A guy with the control of David Price.
Hit two guys.
The first time he faces Big Papi this season.
Plucks him.
After giving up 2 home runs to Big Papi in the postseason last year, all of a sudden hits him.
Yeah, it's those Red Sox rallies. You know they are.
Just saying. There was a lawsuit filed yesterday by 15 players. They filed a lawsuit in federal court in Philadelphia. The plaintiffs joined more than 4,800 others who have alleged the NFL misled players about the long-term dangers of concussions. Yesterday, the reason this was so marquee yesterday, Dan Marino was one of the 15 players. He has now decided to withdraw from the concussion-related lawsuit against the NFL, according to
I still don't see
South Florida
he's on the
Sun
NFL
Sentinel.
CBS, I think, still. Shannon Sharp and I believe Marino got fired.
Marino got fired.
Yeah.
So, but he's decided he's not going to be part of this lawsuit.
Yeah.
The terms of Nick Saban's big deal, 6 months after he agreed to a long-term deal to keep him as head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide through to 2012 season. The terms were okayed today, and it's the NCAA best $6.5 million in base salary. The new contract adds 2 years and roughly $1 million annually in salary. He'll also be awarded a $400,000 completion bonus per year, bringing the total contract to $55.2 million.
Yeah, they works long hours.
Yeah.
$55.2 million.
Wow. And how long's the deal?
Till 2022. 8 years.
And I heard that Kiffin was named coach in waiting for when the day that Saban retires.
Not happening.
Okay.
In addition to having the highest paid coach in football, Alabama also boasts one of the highest paid coordinators in the game, Kirby Smart, $1.3 million through 2017. So all that was announced today. Joey Logano, Sprint Cup driver, wrecked after reaching speeds of 200 miles per hour in a stock car, says it could look dangerous, ugly, and sometimes death-defying. But while visiting Detroit Lions practice Tuesday, said his sport was a hell of a lot safer than football. We take a hit maybe once every 15 races or so on average. These guys are taking hits on every play. So I feel like my sport's a lot safer.
Yeah.
We may look crazy going 200 miles an hour, but I'd much rather hit a wall at 200 than have a 300-pound linebacker coming at me.
I was going to say, which is worse, Ndamukong Suh or a wall?
Well, last time I checked, nobody's died during an NFL game.
Yeah, I'd like to have
Dale Earnhardt Sr. died on the last lap of the Daytona 500.
I'd like to have the Hans device on if Ndamukong Suh was going to hit me.
Exactly.
All right.
And so that's the biggest headlines of the day.
All right, thank you, Tom. A story on Under the Radar. I don't know how well you guys keep this up with this. We'll talk about it in just a minute, but they got the College World Series of softball going on right now.
The Florida girls beat Alabama last night.
Yeah, I know.
Beat the brakes off them.
I know, but that's part of the story I'm going to talk about. Is that keeping up with the College World Series, trying to understand what's happening in the College World Series. It got very confusing for me. A friend of mine texted me from up in Connecticut and said, "What's going on here?" I went online and looked. I thought I had it figured out. I didn't. And then I see that they're playing for the championship. So College World Series, kind of under the radar. I don't believe you've been talking about it down.
You mean the softball World
Series? Well, there's only one college
going
World
on right
Series
now
for softball. Yeah,
right.
There's not a man. Yeah, the College World Series. So Tom, I'm sure you're not talking about it down at your shop, the College World Series, right?
No.
Women?
The Florida Gulf Coast women, they made it a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but you're not talking about it. Right?
No.
My point is it kind of went under the radar, and I missed it somehow. And we do have, starting this week on Thursday night, the big matchup. Some numbers are out on LeBron versus Duncan and the rubber match, how things have gone in the past. Might kind of surprise you. Talk about that as well. And then we'll discuss the race. You can give your pick today on the race if you'd like to when we get to that part. I'll do go-alongs coming up next. So all that happening on the program here in the next hour on Buddy's Sports Page. How you doing, Tom? Tom James.
Tom James. I'm good. I'm almost as good as the other Tom down there.
Tom Spinney's
down at the other end of the table.
He's been working hard today. Last couple of days.
Yes.
He has
got a lot of balls in the air right now.
Yeah. I'm glad you said in the air. So. Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll maybe go long next right here. Stay tuned to the program called Buddy's Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. Oh, I turned you down. So I'll say. Rookie mistake. I'll turn you back up. Now you can say it.
Can I say it? The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right. Well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Program Around the Water Cooler. We used to have the music, but we don't have it anymore. This went away.
Oh, no, we're not at Around the Water Cooler yet. We were just coming back from break.
Okay. All right.
I thought this was it.
I thought it was too. But I guess it's
now.
Well, it was.
But I'm not going to complain about your choices today.
Now it's around
there
the
you
water
go.
cooler.
Now it's officially underway.
I want to say this is the official sing-along day for this. So,
water.
Good going, Tom. That's
Ow.
Come on,
That's a
guys.
first.
We all gather around the campfire. And
Couple cold ones.
A couple of cold ones. Poke the fire and say,
Water.
"Water." You be the high guy.
I'm a baritone.
Water.
Thank you very much. It's Around the Water Cooler. By the way, we need to get one. If anybody's got one out there, please bring it in.
Water.
It's a time we kind of hang out or talk around. We should call Around the Cool One, whatever it may be.
Water.
James has got his smart water.
Yes, sir.
Pass it down to Tom.
Multicolored,
Mike
too.
Scott plumbing water here.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds.
I don't need a Mike Scott
that
plumbing
sounds,
water.
Yeah, that's what I want. Give me a shot of that. So
Is that healthy? Is that purified?
No. Before or after.
Additives.
So here's the deal. We talked about the softball teams, softball World Series.
And then you found out during the break, Tom was very confused about it.
Well, I was confused.
More than I knew.
Now, so I kind of follow most stuff, especially if it's University of Florida. I don't get into a lot of the minor sports, but every now and then I certainly follow the baseball team during postseason or whatever. Yeah. But here's the deal. I'm watching softball over the weekend. I'm seeing all kinds of games on. I'm thinking, what round is this? I mean, unless I missed it, they didn't get me to do a very good job of telling me what round it was, where it was. And I have a good friend in high school, Mike Mefford. He's up in Connecticut, and he wrote me and says, buddy, he says, you follow sports. Can you tell me what's going on here with the Gator softball team? Now, I thought I knew that they were going to the World Series, right? That's what I had heard. They were going to the World Series, but they were going to have to go to elimination. It's the elimination round, right? So I thought, well, I'll just Google it. And I Google it, and there it was, 16 teams.
Yeah.
So I sent it up to Mike. Mike, here it is. Looks like they play against Washington. I don't know what it says here. Thank you very much.
That was a week and a half ago.
Yeah, well, that's what was on the Google Internet.
Right.
Okay. Like I said,
that was a super regional.
I'm not exactly up on that. So.
So where does that leave us now?
Florida is playing. They won last night against Alabama.
Right.
If they beat Alabama tonight, the NCAA national champions for the 2013-2014 softball season will be the Florida Gators women's softball.
That's what I was leading up to there. If you, Tom, get our phone call into our guy Dave Pingalore, he's
Good deal.
Text me. So that's it. That's how I found out. I turned on the television, and there they were beating
Gators.
Alabama, a shutout, and they got played tonight. And
So double elimination. They had to win last night. Now they're
up by one. They're up one.
3-game series.
Okay,
They're
2
up-
out of 3.
They're up one.
All right.
So they can clinch it tonight.
All right, they can
8
sweep
o'clock
it.
on ESPN.
Okay, I
in
got
case I've confused anybody else there. So
Wow.
So
if they lose tonight, it's the rubber match is tomorrow night. But we hope we don't get that far.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's they've got a terrific pitcher. She's really good. She had like incredible 40-some scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to act like I know what's going on because I don't. Anyway, just in case you want to know, getting stoked for the NBA championship game, which we've been waiting on, and there's lots of angles to this, and we'll talk about it a little bit later on too. But and it comes down. No matter how you slice it, you're still going to say, even though it's not head-to-head, it's still LeBron and Tim Duncan in terms of the greats, right?
In terms of historical figures in this NBA Finals, I mean, you could put D-Wade in there too, and to a lesser extent. But as far as that Clash of the Titans, 2 guys, you got it.
All right, that's
Duncan
it.
and James.
Speaking of Clash of the Titans, let's talk about a Titan who just rolled in from Oregon. The great Dave Pingalore, the great Pinkster, who's back on the program. David, welcome back.
I'm back.
He's back. He's back.
Out in Bandon Dunes, playing golf at Bandon Dunes. I was in Bandon, Oregon.
I've never.
No, if you don't.
I don't know that. How far is that from Bend?
That's probably about, I think, 30 miles south of Bend.
Yeah.
Just around the bend.
Just around the bend.
I mean, I don't know if you ever heard of Bandon Dunes, but if
I know it's a great course.
If you're a golfer, there's 4 courses out there. It's probably, it would have to be the best place to golf maybe in the world.
I've heard a lot about it. I never have been there. I never played golf in Oregon, but been there. Oregon's a beautiful state. Portland's a nice
the weather
town.
was like 60 degrees. You don't even need air conditioning.
Yeah, there you go. So you're back now. You're ready to rock and ready to tee it up, and you got some stuff to talk about this week. I know you're just all over this Triple Crown race. I know you know it like the back of your hand, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know it yet, but you got to figure Chrome will be in it. But I'm going to say Chrome does not win.
Okay, I like that.
I do too.
I'm going to tell you.
You guys followed all this through the years. I mean, there's been a number of, horses come into the final leg of the Triple Crown.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to win, and what do? They just, fade out, and they become,
Yeah.
Like I remember, was Big Brown one of those horses? He was one of those horses.
Yeah, there's been 20. Been 20 of them. A lot of them have got the
That's
double.
what I mean. Like it's just hype. I mean, that Belmont. Where do they run it? A mile and 18th.
Mile and a half. It's the longest race.
Mile and a half.
Very
mile
key
and a half,
for
my
you.
bad. Yeah. I mean, the horses. I mean, to run like that horse may not even finish in the top 5.
Well, he will. But here's the deal. I always like to help you out, my pal, my favorite TV sportscaster. Okay. Here's what you got to know. It's the longest race, and it's a big difference in what the rest distance they run now in the Derby. And this extra whatever furlongs it is makes a huge difference. And so many horses have died just short of the finish line because of the length, and it makes a big difference.
Correct.
But here's what you got to know: you don't want California Chrome to win.
Oh, if you're a bettor, no.
No. That's not it. Well, yeah, that too. That's not the key thing. Because it's been 36 years ago, there was a horse that won named Affirmed. Affirmed is from where? Ocala, Florida.
Ocala.
The last horse to win it, the 12th Triple Crown winner. And so that's why you want to make sure you give a shout out to your folks at Marion County, the memories of the great Affirmed, the last horse to win the Triple Crown. Okay?
I'll use that. That's a good nugget of information
There you
towards
go.
the end of the week.
Always trying to help you out all I possibly can. Now help me out.
I like that.
Help me out a little bit. Tell me this. Tell me about this series coming up. Is motivation enough for the Spurs, because they obviously want this bad, to win this thing, or are the Heat just too good?
Man, I think that's a 7-game series.
Me too.
The series starts Thursday night in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's I think they changed up the format for the first time this year in the finals too. I think it goes to a 2-2, 1-1, 1-1, whatever situation. It's not like the 2-3-2.
Yes.
So, that's a hard series. I mean, I said the Spurs were going to win from the get-go, the whole thing. I'm going to stick with the Spurs. They've got a lot of talent. So do the Heat. They got LeBron James, of course. They beat a really bad Pacers team. It's going to be a really good series. I mean, they're coin flips. I mean, I have a feeling that those games each night will come down to last possessions. I think each game comes down to a last possession, and it'll be a 7-game. It probably will be 7 games.
I'm with you, and I'll let the guys speak out. I got the Spurs in 7. What you guys got?
Schmitty, I think I've got the Heat in. I think it'll go 7, but I think, unfortunately, the Heat are going to win.
All right.
As much as let me turn my mic on. How about turn me up?
There he is.
As much as I would like to see the greatest player on the planet win, I believe fundamentals went out in 7 games, and the Spurs stop the three-peat.
You had to love it, David. In the final minutes of overtime, bottom minute of overtime, they give the ball in the low post to who? Tim Duncan. And as good a defender as Ibaka is, I think he's on the all-defensive team. There's no way Timmy Duncan gets stopped when he goes to the rack on that situation. He got the bucket, and the game was over. That's what you call experience paying off right there, isn't it?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, that team has got one of the great coaches in basketball. It's got a nucleus of guys that are future Hall of Famers, some of them. So you're right. I think fundamentally, when it's all said and done, in 7 games they're the team, because when it's all said and done, when it comes to the Heat, they become a one-man team at the end of games. They have hit some big shots. Chris Bosh hit a 3, and Ray Allen has hit his share, but it's still LeBron James' show. So I think the coaching advantage will win the series for the Spurs.
It's interesting. Everybody calls Popovich the genius and the best coach of the game. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but Spoelstra beat him last year. You don't give Spoelstra any credit whatsoever, and he's been there. This is his third straight time. So I mean, he's done a pretty good job.
But I think people can make arguments like, are they great coaches because of the players? Look, if you don't have the players, you're just a coach. You're not a great coach. Stan here in Orlando, a great, at the time, a great player. Dwight Howard got to the NBA Finals. If you don't have those players, you're not considered a great coach. I think what makes certain coaches great and really above average in the NBA, and Doc Rivers is one of the best at it, is you got to watch what they do when they call a play out of a timeout.
Yep.
When that one possession could win you a game, and you could see what type of plays a coach can draw up, and Stan was one of the best at doing that. Popovich is one of the best. I don't think Spoelstra is one of the best. I don't think they draw up great plays, but I'm telling you, if you watch some of Doc Rivers' games, he can draw up some great coming out of timeout plays.
Well, I heard Stan's
for the Orlando Magic. John Fon's terrible at it.
Yeah. I heard Stan Gundy's brother talk about what a genius of Spoelstra was for doing that very thing the other night. So apparently, but anyway, real quick, I'll get you out of here because I got to do. But you guys, let's go around the water cooler one time. Best coach in the NBA and why? Is it Popovich or David? You go first.
Best coach today in the NBA.
Yeah.
Man, I've got to put no Doc. Well, I think Doc is one of the best.
You're going with. You're saying he's the best right now. All right, Doc. You say.
I go with him.
All right, okay. Tom and Tom.
I'll go Popovich 1 and Doc 1A.
I'm going to go with a guy that just got a job back in the NBA, so he's technically back in the NBA. I really think Stan Van Gundy is very good at coaching.
I do too.
Well, it would be obviously that would be Pingalor's choice. He's on his show every night, so.
That's true. And he's gonna appear tonight at 6:20.
Yeah. And by the way, I would go with Popovich, but I'm telling you, Spoelstra's right behind him. And if he wins this series, I'm moving Spoelstra to the front of this talk. All right, what's on the show tonight, David? Local 6.
Talking a little about Dan Marino's withdrawing potentially his concussion lawsuit. To have that a little bit. Talk about the Spurs and a little more Jags news with Blake Bortles continuing OTAs up there in Jacksonville. And I have not been on the air here since last Tuesday, so there are a number of emails to be read. The Ping Me inbox coming up.
Mailbox will be there. David, thanks a lot. Tonight on Local 6. Check it out. Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
David Pingalor. He was gone last week, and I was too, so I would know that. But anyway, all right. So coming up in just a second, we're going to go around the water cooler. I'm going to go first, and we're going to talk horse racing. We don't do it that much, but by the way, we'll have Michael Compton on on Friday, and Augie Griner joins us Thursday. Talk about the ponies, and we'll make our picks as well. Who do you like to win this thing? We'll talk about that a little bit. I'm going to talk about why I don't want California Chrome to win. Tom Schmitz is going to talk about coaches and their wallets, and also Tom James is going to talk about how much is a good NBA basketball franchise worth. Not that much.
Speaking of wallets, yeah.
There you go. Coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local at
The Source.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down.
Hey Eddie, I'm playing Augusta in a few hours and I need a fourth. Want to join us?
Georgia's close, but it's not that close, Alex.
Not Georgia, Golden Ocala. I'm a member at Golden Ocala, and this course has 8 tribute holes, like number 12 and 13. You know, part of Amen Corner and the postage stamp and the road hole. It's a phenomenal track. My family and I always have a great time at the pool and at the restaurants. They've got 3, you know. The kids love the tennis programs. My wife practically lives at the spa, and I've been bulking up with a personal trainer in their fitness center. Joining Golden Ocala was one of the best decisions I've ever made, aside from marrying my wife, of course. So you want to join us in a few hours?
Absolutely. I can't wait to play the first hole in golf and the road hole too. Hey, how do I become a member at Golden Ocala?
Eddie, just call 352-402-4343.
Luxury and great golf is affordable at Golden Ocala. Call 352-402-4343 to join.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
John Gruden, ESPN Monday Night Football, today spoke to the group here at the Gateway Bank. I'm going to play a little game of just word association with you. 1, Ocala.
Ocala is just a great community. It's a great group of people.
John Gruden coaching again.
One of these days I'll be back.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hey, it's Tom James. I agreed to join Buddy and the gang every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock to talk sports on the Voice of Ocala. We call it Around the Water Cooler. 1 hour to solve all the problems in the world of sports. Little did I know just how opposite our opinions would be. How can a group of guys see the same thing so differently? Some days I wonder if it's just water in that water cooler. Join Buddy, Schmitty, JJ, Austin, and me, Tom James, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5. It's Around the Water Cooler on WOCA, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler in Poland, where he announced plans to increase the U.S. military presence in Europe. President Obama defending his decision to trade 5 high-level Taliban detainees for Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl.
I wouldn't be doing it if I thought that it was contrary to American national security. And we have confidence that we will be in a position to go after them if, in fact, they are engaging activities that threaten our defenses.
Republican Senator John McCain, a prisoner of war in Vietnam, stunned by that statement.
I don't think the American people want their lives of their men and women in the military at risk on the premise that we could go after them again. Is that the American national security policy?
The Dow closing down 21, the NASDAQ off 3. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When my son started having behavior problems, the total transformation techniques were like the instruction manual on how to deal with him. We got immediate results.
Do you wish your kid came with an instruction manual? When he's disrespectful, defiant, or even abusive, do you know how to fix it? I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman, and I'll show you how to change your child's behavior with the Total Transformation, the program that helps you fix every behavior problem under the sun. There's no screaming, no fighting, no frustration. The Total Transformation is the program my husband James used for over 30 years to solve even the worst behavior problems. Your your child will listen to you again, and you'll get peace and sanity back in your home. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you.
Call now, 1-800-894-8166. 1-800-894-8166. That's 1-800-894.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Old Ann and I, with throats burned dry and souls that cry for water.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala. Around the Water Cooler. Now, with his Go Long on Around the Water Cooler, here's Buddy Martin.
Can you play that play out a little bit? Because I get inspired.
Don't you listen to him, Dan. He's the devil, not a man, and he spreads a burning sand with water.
Reminds you of when you were 22, 23 years old?
And can you see
more like 15.
that big green tree where the water's running?
Okay, it's time to go long. Well, it's a segment we do every Tuesday, usually, and sometimes repeat them on Thursdays. And this is where we give our thoughts of the day regarding sports. And mine is about the Belmont on Saturday. I am not rooting against California Chrome, just for my homie, Affirmed. And Saturday, I just can't make myself cheer for California Chrome to win the Belmont, the Triple Crown, one of the sport's most coveted accomplishments. Just staying loyal to my homie, Affirmed. He was the 12th and last horse to do it. It has been 36 years since I was at the Belmont that day with my teenage daughter, Lori, rooting for that teenage jockey, Stevie Cawthon. And the triad of homegrown Ocalans prevailed that day. Affirmed, Lori, and myself, we even cashed a winning ticket. Who knew we were watching such a rare moment? Surely there would be many, many more. In fact, Affirmed was the third horse in the 1970s, Secretariat in 73, Seattle Slew in 77, to win the 3 races. Suddenly one day, there were no more Triple Crowns. Horses kept running, but couldn't achieve it. 13 times since Affirmed, they have won the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown and failed at Belmont. I know it won't last forever, but I'd like our Ocala horse to hold that distinction for as long as possible. California Chrome does have an appealing storyline. Owners Stephen Colburn and Perry Martin named their stable Dumbass Partners because that's what they were called after they bred to an $8,000 mare, then turned down $6 million prior to the Derby for their horse. You can also root for Art Sherman, who slept with the Swaps prior to the 1955 Kentucky Derby. A trainer and ex-jockey says he never gives the rider a pre-race instruction. Sorry, though, even that's not enough to sway my loyalty. I'll be cheering for the Ghost of Affirmed on Saturday.
Amen, buddy. From another Ocala kid, I'm right there with you.
You know, I agree wholeheartedly that it's great to have the Ocala contact with the Triple Crown last winter. But for the sport of horse racing, it almost has to have California Chrome win this race Saturday. Because this was a sport that in the heyday of the 70s was one of the 3 or 4 most relevant sports on television. And now, it's just an also-ran that we get excited about because we live here and we're in horse country, but a vast majority of the country could care less about.
It's one of many niche sports.
And remember,
now.
in the 70s, it was a heyday sport.
Sure it was.
Well, you got to remember the places where it does matter, and New York is big. It's right. And so California horse has never won it, so it's big to them, obviously.
Yeah, Tom James has cried that the whole time that this horse shouldn't be winning. It's from California.
Well, and I thought that with the Kentucky Derby. I don't believe a California horse had won 62? The Kentucky Derby since 1962. And how many times did you hear me say that all day long?
That day.
So here's the thing. It's the rich history that people don't know here. Like I can tell you guys, and Tom Schmitz, you have a good memory. How many of the 12 can you name of the horses that won the Triple Crown?
Right off my head?
Yeah.
Big Brown.
No, didn't win the Triple Crown.
No,
won the first 2 legs.
Won the Triple Crown.
Oh, won the Triple Crown. I know Secretariat, Affirmed, Seattle Slew.
Right.
What was the other one?
All 3 of those I named earlier.
Right. And wasn't there another one from Ocala?
No.
Okay.
Needles won the Derby.
But that's all I can tell you.
Well, here's what I can tell you, buddy, is that prior to Secretariat, there was a drought of 25 years.
1948.
1948. So that was the longest drought between Triple Crown winners until now.
So what do you think we thought when I was able to go in 73 to all 3 of those races and see Secretariat, to see a Triple Crown? We thought, wow, 1948, I don't even know what was going on.
And then you saw
Seattle
Slew. Seattle Slew and Affirmed do it back to back.
I thought, well, it's going to be now. This is going to happen all the time. 36 years it's been since this
3
happened.
times in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then
Interesting how between 48 and 2014, it's only happened 3 times, and they were bunched right together in a 5-year stretch, or a 6-year stretch, and then none on either side.
Yeah, just so you know, there was a long time. They had in the 30s. They had 3. They had Gallant Fox, Omaha, and War Admiral. And 41, 43, and 46, and 48, they had 4. And then, of course, as you said, 3 in the 70s. They seem to come in bunches.
That's
and
right.
We'll see what happens there. But, again, I will not be rooting for California Chrome. However, I'm afraid he's going to win the race.
I am too. Yep. And, we had a couple of opportunities for that next Triple Crown winner to be an Ocala bred back in the 90s. Silver Charm being the most notable was an Ocala bred, won the first 2 legs, and then lost by a half a nose.
Yeah, I was standing at the finish line with Diane Dudley watching that race and watching that horse, Diane Dudley, who raised that colt herself, didn't own it at the time, and the horse came around him right in the last 30 yards, and boom. There he went. Lost a chance to win the triple. He would have been the last Triple Crown winner. Would have been from Ocala as well. All right, time to go along now with Tom Schmitz. Wants to talk about coaches' wallets.
Nick Saban's contract with Alabama just was made public. He's scheduled to make $55.2 million over the entirety of his contract. John Calipari, the highest paid man in college basketball, is set to make $31.65 million as the head coach of the University of Kentucky's men's basketball team. It was announced on Friday that each SEC school's football program each were getting $20 million in conference money, and more may be available once the complete TV package is finalized for the SEC network. The average student athlete for football and basketball receives about $100,000 in tuition, room and board, and food over a 5-year eligibility period. That works out to about $10 million in total cost for 85 in football and 15 in basketball scholarships over a 5-year period. Over that same period, the SEC schools will make $100 million each just in TV revenue. That doesn't even begin to take into account the ticket sales, concession, and jersey sales that each school gets every Saturday. Plus, let's remember the money schools make for special out-of-conference games. Meanwhile, a kid on scholarship doesn't have the opportunity for his parents to come to most of his games or to take his girlfriend to a movie. The easy answer? A $500 a month stipend for the students that play football and basketball. That's $600,000 a year, and all is well. And before you start saying equality for all sports and all sexes, eligibility is determined by how much your sport makes for the university. If your sport makes no money, hey, you got your scholarship, so be happy that there's football and basketball that made that money to allow you to have your free ride.
Very good, though. If I'm a coach, I'd rather be a basketball coach. Just less to pay.
That's right.
All right, very good, Tom. Tom James, want to go along?
Good job, Schmitty. And while we're on the topic of money, how about this one? $2 billion for the LA Clippers. If there's a more laughable investment out there somewhere, please share with me. Let's just get the obvious out of the way first. Nobody's ever paid more than a fourth of that for another NBA team before. Of course, for Fortune 500 list maker and former Microsoft mogul Steve Ballmer, plucking that kind of cash from your billfold requires little second thought. And risk for him isn't what it is for the rest of us. Ballmer outbid Oprah and David Geffen by nearly $500 million for the Clippers, which begs the question, what are they thinking? I know memories are notoriously short in this country, but this takes ridiculous to a new level. Again, this is the Clippers. Because they happen to, at long last, be sticking their heads above mediocrity for a minute, doesn't make them America's most valuable franchise, or its own towns, or even the most valuable one on their own block. They share the Staples Center with the Lakers, remember. Jumping into a bidding war for the LA Clippers is as ludicrous as a bidding war for new Coke. Yeah, everybody's interested in trying the hot new flash in the pan. But pretty soon, the old standby will be back, and your $2 billion experiment will have lost its luster, its appeal, and its worth. $2 billion for the Clippers. Just goes to show that rich doesn't always equal genius.
How much are the Lakers worth?
Spoken like a true Laker fan.
Very good. Yeah, that's an amazing amount of money. And
20 years from now, when the Clippers are still the dominant team and the Lakers still are terrible, remember you did that go long, because we have it on tape now.
And by the way, his name, the guy's buying him, is spelled Baltimore. It's pronounced Ballmer.
Yeah.
All right, take a break, come back, and we'll have a little I did not know that coming up next on Around the Water Cooler right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on
The Source.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Hi,
this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Terry Tibbetts. He's been with us before and is coming in again. He's a veteran and an author. He'll be speaking about retired Air Force Brigadier General Robert Lovell and his testimony about Benghazi.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Rachel Renee Rousseau is coming on. She's an attorney and she grows purple flowers. Her book is called Dork Diaries, 7 Tales from a Not-So-Glam TV Star.
Dan Kish is the Senior Vice President for Policy at the Institute for Energy Research. He'll be speaking about the new rules issued by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency aimed at reducing carbon emission from power plants and the impact of the Obama administration's radical environmental agenda on Americans.
And then John Fuller will be in the studio hosting his show, Legally Yours. He's an attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala, and he's on the air each Wednesday to answer your questions about your legal circumstances. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Commend the DJ. Gotta commend the DJ today. Welcome back to Buddy's Sports Page on the Voice of Ocala. It's time now, as we wrap things up today, to talk about, let's surprise each other with Wow. I did not know that. And we'll start with the head of the class.
That was Little Guitars by Van Halen.
Yes, it was.
Wow, I did know that.
Aha.
Okay. Here's what's interesting to me about the NBA. I did not know that. A couple facts. The Spurs have never lost a Game 1 of an NBA Finals. Never. LeBron James never been part of a Game 1 road victory in any round. And San Antonio, which has never played an NBA Finals game while facing a deficit in the series, has won each of its five Game 1s in the title round. So by doing that, an average of by 10.4 points a game. So never lost Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Spurs.
Okay. Wow.
I did not know
that. Tom Schmitz, what you got?
The St. Louis Cardinals lost a game last night. They lost by more than 6 runs and were shut out. That's 2 shutouts by more than 6 runs in consecutive games for the Cardinals. That hasn't happened to the St. Louis Cardinals since 1937.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Did not
definitely
know
did
that.
not know that. That's a heck of a franchise. That makes sense.
That's 80 years, almost 80 years.
Long
since
time.
they've been shut out back-to-back and lost by more than 6 runs in both games.
One of the greatest franchises in all of sports. Well, obviously, we're getting into the heart of baseball season. The Stanley Cup finals start this week.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, wait a minute.
We're getting to it. There's a lot of things you didn't know about this. NBA Finals and, of course, French Open coming down the stretch over in Paris. And Roger Federer did not make the quarterfinals at the French Open. Mm-hmm. It's only the third major in the last 40 that Roger Federer has failed to make at least the quarterfinals.
Wow. I did not know that. Buddy, it's 87 days till start of college football.
Yeah, I'm ready for it just about. I'm getting into the mood and looking forward this year going back to SEC Media Days.
You are going to SEC Media Days.
With the boys from Southern Pigskin. Talking about taking a big rock and roll bus up there.
Well, that ought to be a party.
Well, unfortunately, that's the bad part. You think it should be a party, but it's a work. Like we were talking yesterday, Tom and I were talking about when you go to a sporting event, you know this, and Tom Schmidt said the same thing, that, you get to the Players' Championship, you see the golf course and the press room and your hotel room. That's about what you see.
Yeah.
But it's still, none of that. It's good to be there and mingle with all the guys before the season. Then, Tom, it gets you in that mood for football. I kind of got in the mood a little bit by talking to Steve Spurrier last week. And, every time I get around this guy, I think, what could he possibly say that would be interesting? He's always got something interesting to say. He's always got a little zinger. For instance, in the column I wrote for SouthernPigskin.com, someone said to him, Bobby Stoops is the all-time winningest coach at Oklahoma. And Spurrier said, well, has he done it 2 times at 2 different schools? Guess who has? That would be Steve Spurrier.
Coach Spurrier.
Yeah, so it's always fun. And coaches, for the most part, it's a little more difficult today to have any kind of relationship with coaches. They're very wary of you if you're in the media. They don't want to give anything away. But Spurrier, when he's in a relaxed mood, he's the best.
Well, and you guys go back a long way.
We do. That helps.
So that definitely helps.
But yeah, Tom, I'm ready for some football, and we got to have us a football show this year somehow. What do you think?
We'll
think
try.
we put one together?
We're putting one together.
Hey, NFL football's played Thursday night.
I know.
You know who'd be great to get on a regular basis? Terry Bradshaw would be great, wouldn't
Well,
he?
you know anybody that knows him?
Yeah, do you know anybody that knows that guy?
I'll see. I'll call my friends and find out.
All right.
If you know somebody that knows that guy, he would be great.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I got one more. I did not know that just because it's great to read these. The Heat can be the first team with 2 number 1 picks on the roster, Greg Oden and LeBron James, to win the NBA title since the 2005 Spurs did it with Tim Duncan and Glenn Robinson.
It just occurred to me the disparity between those 2 names you mentioned.
Yeah.
Greg Oden and LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's the only time they'll be in the same paragraph.
Yeah. They were both number 1 picks.
Yeah,
and they're both on the roster.
Yes, they were.
Oden had some bad luck. Really did. So,
yeah, he did.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the series. Looking forward to the Preakness, even though I know it's going to be I get a little nervous on those things. That really makes me nervous to watch those races when something's at stake like this, I'll
feel relieved when Affirmed is still the last horse to win the Triple Crown.
Well, he's buried here. So, yeah. I want to thank our guest today. By the way, thanks to Joe Martone, and for Dan Martone.
And Dan Martone filling
in for us today. And, of course, Tom James around the world. Dave Pingalore, and my broadcast partner, the ever-popular, ever-versatile Schmitty, Tom Schmitz. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mom who never was around, but she grew up tall and...
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer, Because if you're a crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi Boot Camp, or Zumba Tomics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today, 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there. Ocala Comic Con, June 28th and 29th. Ocala Comic Con, the place to Hilton in Ocala. Ocala Comic Con, over 100 vendors and artists. Ocala Comic Con, costume contest. Ocala Comic Con, daily raffle. Ocala Comic Con, Pokemon XY tournament. Ocala Comic Con, June 28th and 29th. Ocala Comic Con, www.ocalacomiccon.com. Ocala Comic Con, special guest. Ocala Comic Con.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most men also viewed home improvement projects as a way of expressing how much they care for their families. Exercise alone will help you drop about 2 to 3% of your weight over a year. But if you cut your diet by 500 calories a day, you'll lose a pound a week. Look for a partner with happily married parents. This is especially important if your mom and dad got a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM.